I'll just be a second here, but I'm listening.
Okay. So, last time
On Dragon Ball Z.
on Dragon Ball Z, Goku and Frieza fought for 5 minutes.
No, okay.
Which was
That's what they
something.
do.
Which was
Nice
something
sound
like
effect.
I think it
That's
was like
unnecessary.
40 hours, honestly. But anyway, so last week, what all happened? First of all, the party woke up and Sveltna and Les, they were gone. They found a note a little later on that said that Sveltna had left with Les for one of his little business transactions. Edward went out to mail a letter, one that he was really proud of writing. He never
I
got
was
to do
really
it.
proud of
though.
that letter. Actually, I did not mail it yet.
No, it was never mailed because he was stopped after going foolishly down Ambush Alley, which, shame on you. He was stopped by a couple of mage hunters who didn't outright suspect him, but it seems that they're doing random checks throughout the city. Thank you. And he found out that they have a plumb bob that can detect magical aura, which spells out trouble for people with innate and learned magical skills. There he met Jamal, who...
Yeah, you can
Why?
mute whenever you're good.
Why? So he met Jamal, who decided to get involved and had his back, for lack of a better way to explain it. And they managed to get away from the situation. They returned to the house, where they all found out that Les's baby was being born, and it was a boy, and it has both sex organs. And
Well,
I'm okay with that now. And
That's good. It wasn't your choice.
all right then. I'm gonna be making some decisions about Sveltna in the coming hours.
Sveltna has Hep B.
Yeah.
Can only catch it once.
So Anna, who went to see Ironsides, found out that he had sent Rosemary along as eyes and ears as an investor, and they're looking to invest in the train, which they discovered when Gorgon did an interview with Amadeus Kane, is being run by Malleus Gamray, which is kind of weird. And they all traveled there. They investigated the train. They found nothing really out of the ordinary except that it had 2 smokestacks, and one of which was solid and full of stone. They went to the investors' party where Gorgon tried to talk to Gamray, but he made a hasty escape. So most of the party is still there at the investors' party at the hotel where supposedly all the investors, less Sveltna, where everyone was staying. They found out just from talking to people that some people have gone missing. Thrindle followed Gamray and made it to a military compound where he is camped outside. Am I forgetting anything?
I believe I returned to the party. Like, there wasn't really anything going on, but...
That's kind of changing a bit now.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's
Okay.
cool.
All right. So yeah, that is what happened, and that takes us to where I think we're going to start at the compound with Thrindle. So Thrindle is outside of the compound, and you can see guards.
So the window that you saw down a hallway in was this one? It was right here.
Oh, just a moment. I'm not looking at it. Let me zoom out and find where you are. We are
Shift
over
click.
here. Okay, cool. Okay,
So here's where the window was that you saw down the hallway in.
are you... Okay, yeah. There's a window there.
And then,
I don't see a window, though.
no, yeah, it's not actually there.
Okay. What's
And
this
then-
down here? Is this a door of some kind or something?
Those are also, actually, those aren't there on the outside. Imagine those are down here. Like those are the windows, but they're further down this way.
Draw with a
Roger
paintbrush
that.
tool for him.
Yeah.
I am going to... I think I've got blend. If not, we'll just assume I'll cast blend.
I'm pretty sure you already had it cast.
Yeah, okay. And if you want me to roll... when you perception me, I'll roll a stealth. So I'm stealthing. So that's a window, and down what's the black? That's
That's just like,
nothing?
yeah,
Okay.
canceling those out.
Oh, geez, there's a lot of guys down there.
Yeah, so as you go down, you see two guards kind of blocking this doorway down here.
Okay.
The doorway you can't really see yet.
What's through the window again? It's a hallway.
Yeah, it was a hallway that you can kind of see a guard sort of patrolling down the hallway.
Like, is the guard far away?
He's far away. He's probably about 45 feet away now, but he kind of keeps walking up and down the hallway.
Is there anywhere that the hallway splits off from between me and the guard? Is there any, like...
Yeah, about 10 or 15 feet from you. Once you look through the window, it splits to the left. And then the guard is 45 feet straight down.
Well, you're making this very enticing. I will shift through the window. First, I'll perception the window just to see if it looks, these are...
Shoot me a perception. So you see the one guard patrolling the hallway, and you also think that you can see like kind of sleeping quarters with a bunch of other sleeping guards.
All right, well, I'll shift through. Why not? 15 feet.
So the
Oh, geez.
I think the other 10 if you
Okay.
wish.
If only I could
Ooh.
see.
So all these guys are sleeping. This is the patrolling
Yikes.
guard down here.
Okay, that was... I had a vastly different image of what was in this room.
I'm sorry, you can
That is
be
okay.
outside if you want.
I'm gonna move. I'll move before I see him coming. Do you want me? Might as well do the stealth versus perception. I suppose.
Yeah, because now there's another guard down at this end of the hallway.
And then plus 29. It actually is because blend is plus 4 on top of that.
We're good.
Okay, so these doors, are any of them open?
Both doors appear to be locked.
Okay, it looks like there's two sets of doors, two here and two here. They both. Do you want? I'll move closer.
Yeah, so where you were standing, there's a set
They
of
were
doors on
locked.
your left and right. And then down here, where you are standing now, there's another two sets of doors on your left and right.
They also closed and have locks on the doors.
They're closed, but they don't have locks.
All right, I'll open this one on this side. Well, I'll wait until let me see what this guard does. Like, I'll try to avoid bumping into him. Is he coming?
Yeah, so
down the
he's like
hallway?
patrolling down the hallway.
All right. Well, I'll hold
Give
my
me,
breath.
give me like a dex check to see how well you move out of his way, because he's kind of heavily armed, so he's got a lot of shit on him.
Dex, I think I'm +2. Pretty sure.
Ooh, I thought you were higher than that.
Oh. It's all in intelligence 7.
So I'll say you're good with all like your bonuses to stealth and your blend and all that.
Okay.
So he walks down to this end of the hall and kind of meets up with this guard.
So at this point, I'll attempt to quietly open the door.
As you start to open the door, so you're still on this side of the door. I'm just going to move you to the other side so you can kind of see. And you just kind of have the door open a crack.
Right. Gotcha.
You see two guards kind of like sparring with each other with
Just
training
like
equipment.
Like a courtyard type
Yeah.
deal.
Like an indoor training ground.
Okay.
They don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay. Is that door closed as well?
Yes.
Okay, I will not go in here. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'm just gonna move a little. If you, is this another door here? This is a dead end. Is that the door?
Is that the door?
Yes, that is another door.
Locked or closed? Locked? Perhaps.
That one is closed, not locked.
All right. Open the door.
So you open the door. On the other side, you see a desk with some papers in it and a ladder leading up to a large tower. Kind of like a lookout tower with someone standing at the top of it.
Okay. I will begin looking over the papers.
So the papers just sort of look like general labor plans.
Okay.
Just about like excavation and whatnot.
Very interesting. Thrinda leaves the papers and continues on. If at some point you want to jump to the other guys. I
Yeah,
don't know.
so I'm just going to say you notice that this is the front door, that you notice the two guys
Oh.
guarding from the outside.
Oh, okay. All right. I will.
And then we'll say you... Oh, sorry, were you jumping out of the room?
Definitely. And then I'll go for this door then.
All right, and we'll jump to the other guys
Sounds good.
before you do that.
So the rest of the party is still in the banquet hall, where people are still milling about. Malleus is left, but there's still a head table. And something that we never clarified before, you are at a hotel that was clearly stated. This is the hotel where the investors are staying for the train, and it is 4 stories high as well.
Cool.
I guess we
So-
should do initiative, maybe.
Yeah, do initiative, because I lost the initiative turn order from last time. Oh, never mind, it's back. Jamal.
Hey, baby.
Getting in character.
Hey, baby.
Jamal eyes up the girl in front of him, walking by with a strut.
Edward, you are my nigger.
She is a cocktail waitress.
What a strange place.
I know everything's so fancy schmancy. I'm afraid to break anything.
Edward, you gonna buy me a drink?
Well, I guess. I mean, I didn't know you wanted to drink, but I guess maybe it's a good idea to chill out, decompress, be part of the crowd. I'll get us some drinks. Excuse me, lady. Can you bring me some of your finest alcohol for me and my friend over here?
I prefer some cognac.
I'll have a scotch, personally.
Carl?
You're not talking, little lady. Did you understand what we said?
Yes, I know what scotch is. What is cognac? Is it some foreign drink?
It's what I want. It is bold.
I'll see if they have it in the kitchen. One moment, please. And she kind of like hustles off and I guess goes through the door behind the guards.
See if you have any of those fancy schmancy Gamilonian cognacs or scotch.
What do you mean,
All right.
Gamaloni?
She returns and with a platter and hands Edward a snifter of scotch and says, "I'm sorry, sir. We didn't have this cognac, but we have something called Alizé if you're interested."
I'll take your Alizé.
She like does a little curtsy and says, "Is there anything else I can help you gentlemen with?"
That's all right, little lady. Thank you very much.
Thank you, little lady.
She looks sort of expectantly at you for a moment.
Well, I'd pay her.
Yeah, she takes the tip.
Yeah.
And she
Oh,
she walks away.
she'll take the tip, all right.
So what are we doing here, Edward?
I don't know. I kind of forgot.
You best be.
You're looking for Sveltna and Les.
We're looking for some of our buddies. One is one is kind of disguised all the time, so I don't know if we'll recognize her. But the other one is like, think about the wimpiest blonde kid you could ever imagine, and also rich and entitled. I mean, we'll probably hear him before we see him, to be honest. Probably complaining about something. But his name is Leslie.
Anna, how you do?
I am not here, right?
I just don't know why we're here, you know? Like, what are we even doing here? Like, who cares?
We should kill these people, because I'm the moral one.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Follow
So when
me.
you guys get to this table, you see that there's a sign on it with Les's name and Cassie's name.
I think we're expecting them.
And oh, she's under Cassie, so we're looking for our friend Cassie.
Last week, Gorgon found some information on them. Like there was a hooker that
Les had
gave
hooked
him
up
some
with.
information.
That she was
Yeah,
not
that's
a
the girl
hooker.
beside you.
She was not a hooker.
Ooh,
That's the
Anna?
hooker.
That's not how history will remember it.
Yes, you found out that someone had hooked up with Les, and he never picked her up in the morning like he had promised to do, which may or may not be suspicious. You know, that's kind of what you.
No, it seems pretty much what he'd do. That's except if he got all sentimental, he would marry the first girl that he's seen. I mean, he already did it like 3 times. I mean,
So you did find a table with our names on it.
I guess should we wait at the table?
Yes, we should, Edward.
I mean, maybe Anna can stay at the table if she sees them. I guess I'll look around, see if they've been located with their eyes. I mean, whatever. I know what I'm talking about.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Oh, is that? Oh yeah,
14?
I remember. My perception is shit. Yeah.
Why don't you roll one too, Jamal?
You got it, baby.
You got
I mean, Jamal's gonna have a pretty big disadvantage. He's looking for 2 people he's never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what I'm getting the
That's
Wait.
I
fair.
see a skanky whoop, man. He's right over there.
With the 14, you see that the candles on the table are burnt down like halfway. You see dishes, like you see meals that are completely eaten, plates being taken away. So
I like how he gets more information than me.
no, I'm giving this to you, not him.
Oh.
So that's what you notice about the room.
It looks like they haven't shown up for their dinner. Something strange is happening. Oh, well, I wasn't listening, so...
Smart.
Looks like they haven't shown up for the dinner, so they should already be here. Something must have happened. Something suspicious. I guess I was wrong. Leslie would have married that girl. Anyways, I guess it would be better to look around. Gorgon, have you seen them?
Why don't you go
Gordon.
over and talk to Gordon? We'll go to his turn.
Edward approaches you asking if you've seen Les or Sveltna.
Okay, just a moment.
Yeah, as long as you
Tall,
guys
dark,
stay together.
handsome man follows.
As long as you guys stay together, you don't have to strictly stick to the.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to recap, where did that hooker say that Leslie ditched her or was supposed to meet her?
Your memory, that never happened. Are you referring to some other thing that happened last week?
I'm pretty sure I'm referring to a hooker.
There was a rich noblewoman. She said that they had met.
Who might dabble on the side.
They had met the night before in the hotel, because it's sort of like a convention almost of investors, and that they had a night of romance, and he was gonna pick her up in the morning at her room for breakfast, and he just never showed up. I'm gonna retcon and say she went looking for him at his room, and nobody answered the door, so that's what she told you.
I believe last time I had already deduced that it's safe that Leslie and Speltman never attended this event. They disappeared before then, eh?
I don't know.
Correct.
Did you deduce that?
Yes, he did. Essentially by the same information that you just gave Edward and Jamal.
Yeah, this event's been going on. This is like day 2.
Because I think this girl said she was waiting for you to show up to this event, and she
Yeah.
hadn't seen you yet.
So that's right. He hasn't been here. Based on what you know, he hasn't been here at all today. They haven't been seen today. They've only been seen yesterday, day 1 of the events.
Okay, so Gorgon says, well, gentlemen, what should we do? Just wait for Thorindle to return?
Might be. Or we could try to figure out who Leslie was supposed to meet and if they met or something. Like, what is his plans? Because otherwise, I don't know where to look.
You know that he was coming here as a possible investor on this project, the same as all the other people in this room.
Oh.
So that he wasn't necessarily supposed to meet anyone in particular.
Well, I haven't the faintest idea where he is.
Would you guys like to...
When you entered
leave?
the hotel, you noticed that there was like a front desk reception area.
Mm-hmm. You basically followed a sign to get into here, so you don't have to stay in this room.
Gorgon goes to the front desk and inquires about when the last time anyone at the front desk saw a blonde human male and a red-headed human female.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'll do that too. I was gonna say that.
So you head downstairs to the first floor and find a elderly woman sitting behind a desk with some papers and parchment on it.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you? I hope you're enjoying your stay at what is now called the Great Northern Inn.
Oh, it's wonderful. We were looking.
Gorgon cuts off Edward because he's wasting his time. He says, have you seen a red-headed woman and a blonde man?
Yeah, they're our friends we're looking to meet.
Well, I'm sure I have, she thinks. There's many people, I think, that have gone in and out of here that fit that description. Can you be any more specific?
The blonde one was really loud and annoying.
Oh, him.
He's, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. The last I saw him
Name's
was
Leslie and,
yesterday evening. He left the banquet hall with some
You're down a
hooker.
bit, Rich.
with some hooker.
But you haven't seen him since.
No, I ended my shift and I didn't come back until about lunchtime today. So I would expect that he came down for breakfast, as all the investors did.
Ah, see. Gorgon looks like it didn't disappear here.
Is there anything else I can help you with while you're here? Would you care to rent a room?
Where did we say we'd meet Thorindle?
Nowhere. Thorindle just left.
You're kind of stuck waiting for him to come back.
I don't even know. Like, did we communicate beforehand? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you just took off once you see Gamry leaving with the guards. You just kind of followed.
If you'd like to rent a room, there's no greater hotel in all of Tor.
Well,
She kind of looks at you guys awkwardly. You can tell she's kind of unsure what the hell is going on. Your friends you said you were looking for, right?
Yeah, we're just trying to find him. I mean, maybe it'd be kind of a bummer to rent a room and they're not here, but I don't know, it looks like an awfully nice place.
Well, have you gone and checked his room? Maybe he's sleeping.
You know what? That's an awful good idea. Maybe he is. Could you inform us of his room if that doesn't go against hotel policy, of course?
I'm not sure I should be giving that information away. A lot of these men and women here are traveling with quite a great deal of money in order to invest.
That's true. I mean, you can come with us if you want. We ain't, we're just looking to find our friends.
Maybe you could sweeten the deal for me? She smiles.
Gorgon
Oh,
puts 2 gold down on the desk.
For 2 gold, I'll tell you that all the investors are on the 4th floor.
Gorgon slips her a 3rd gold.
He swallows his gold for safekeeping. Hobgoblin tradition.
She looks around. For 3 gold, I'll tell you it's room number 16.
Gorgon
And then she
nods
kind of
and-
coughs and keeps her hand coming.
I don't know. Just give her another. See what happens. I'll give her another gold.
Hey man, Edward bought a blowjob for 10 gold, so
What?
No, Les bought it for him. She takes the last gold and slides a key to you and smiles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I was just gonna break the lock. But anyways, let's go to his room.
All right, so we move to the room.
Your 1 gold piece rendered my whole skill useless.
Yeah, see, it's rich parents is a good trait.
So yeah. You try the key and the door doesn't open.
Oh, that's true. Edward
No, I'm
doesn't
just
have-
joking. She's like a troll. You open the door and are they able to get in there, Luke?
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why I didn't.
I hope he's murdered in here.
All right. You can roll checks if you want.
Oh, look, they even wrote a
Gorgon looks
16.
for a raging clue.
They
It's pointing
even-
this way.
they even
Oh.
wrote 16 on the carpet. Ain't that fancy?
Nat 20.
Mm.
I have
Damn.
raging clue right now.
You
Morgan
just got
B likes it.
Kluger shot all over you.
With a nat 20, you are rummaging through the room and you investigate a box that they have in the corner, and you find a false floor in it. So after you play around with it, you hear it click, and you open it up. And inside you see Steltna's costume, Steltna's weapons, minus anything that Luke will tell you if anything's not in there. You find vials, various equipment that Leslie uses, and you also find a book. It's not his normal book. You do see his normal book there, but you see another one too, and a very old-looking book.
Gorgon picks up that book and inspects it.
Reads it.
All right, so
What a nerd.
basically, first I'm gonna ask for a linguistics check. Anyone who's there can do it. Obviously, I'm gonna read the book to you, but this is for additional information.
I certainly can.
You can do it untrained, or if you think there's another skill
Leslie's
that could
most shameful inner thoughts.
be... yeah, or an appraise check, or
I had another sexy dream about the hobgoblin.
About Thringle.
Oh god, why did I have to stare at his penis when we were side by side in the urinal?
Okay.
Now it's all I can think of.
So what I'm going to read to you, we decided not to make a handout, and it's about 4 paragraphs of me reading. So if you want me to repeat anything, or stop, or slow down, or anything, just tell me. So
Hold on, let me grab my notepad.
okay. And just is everybody
Hold on, 30 seconds.
here? I keep hearing.
Yeah,
I
I
think
just
someone-
like dropped out a bunch. I switched my phone as a hotspot though.
I can always copy and paste this and send it on Skype too. Like it's not a problem.
No, we read it out loud.
Yeah. I know. I just
That's how
mean
we do things.
I mean after the campaign.
No.
All right, Carl, I'm ready for story time.
Story time. Okay, so this book is clearly based on your check. It looks quite old, and you've never And basically, when you open it on the first page, there's sort of an introduction, and it's seemingly there is a little piece of writing, and it seems to be in Les's handwriting, and it says, "The lost volume?" ? Did Mother sell it so I would not find out? Underneath it is in a completely different handwriting, and it says, "To my son Bishop, please complete this book, for it will be the legacy of the Washington name." For the people who get confused because of the names repeating over and over and over, Bishop is Les's grandfather. The Washington when you flip through the book, you see that there's 3 pages that are rabbit-eared, and there's red ink, and Les has been taking notes and circling things. So if your eye is drawn to each of these places, you would read, "The Washington bloodline is that of an ancient and proud one, dating back to the First Empire, and some say beyond the sheer itself. Our family started as one of scribes, ancient keepers of knowledge, of knowledge itself, for that of the nobility. It was through this proud history that our family first became aware of a vast-reaching conspiracy, a plot to throw the material plane out of balance with creation. As previously mentioned, the Washington bloodline may be ancient, but the Washington name is not. It was in fact my father before me who decided to change our names from Scientia to Washington in order to keep our true history a secret. You see, our family are that of an ancient order of keepers, those dedicated to truth-seeking and the protection of knowledge. I am passing on this journal for you to complete, before you pass it on to your successor. These books, like history themselves, are unending, and are only of value when someone is around to record them." Now, when you flip to the next page with the rabbit ear, you find a paragraph circled. "Our studies have found that the eternal threat are not growing in number. All attempts to bring them out into the open or identify them have failed. However, based on our research, they are attracted to the powerful. Therefore, the entirety of the Washington family resources are being pooled into the creation of a bank. Let us never lose sight of this purpose for this endeavor, and let the glitter of gold never blind us from our goal." The second last page that's rabbit-eared has another one circled. "There has been a breakthrough. We have found a connection to the eternal. An island that from the sea is blackened out by insects. According to the lore, it was formed at the time of the shear. A great unseen barrier was erected to contain the spirits of the eternal, only visible from the life forms that it attracted. For as long as this barrier remains, they should be unable to create a foothold into our reality. We do not as of yet understand what this means. However, with the current climate of anti-magic hysteria, we should not have to worry about anyone setting foot on this island." And the last part that is scribbled down, and it's a different handwriting. It doesn't appear to be Les's or Florentine's. It says, "Collect the mithril coins."
Are the mithril coins with Les's stuff?
Yes, there's 2 mithril coins.
Gorgon takes them for safekeeping.
Good call.
And it swallows them.
Yeah. Hey man, I don't know why you guys would pay for a purse.
Luke, what I told them was that all your gear and your costume is there, minus anything that you might have taken with you, which only you would know that, so you could tell them.
Gorgon puts on Schveltner's costume because in order to find her, he must think like her. He must become her.
Starts crouching around the room and
Dun dun.
No, he puts on the costume and immediately leaves. Goes on by himself.
That's hilarious. With your nat 20 perception, having found all their gear, you also notice that the beds are made. Actually, no, the beds are not made. And it looks like a couple things have been knocked over.
Like it looks like the room's been previously searched.
No, it looks more like maybe someone was dragged out of bed. It looks like there was a struggle here.
So judging by Les's and Schveltner's equipment, like Gorgon knows them pretty well in their combat styles and habits. Like, is this stuff they would not normally leave behind?
This is gear they would always have on them while adventuring.
Okay.
Like her sword's there.
Her sword, her weapons, her mask.
Even her silver dagger?
Les's alchemy.
Yeah, her silver dagger would be there.
Also, like, their money, things that they travel, like
Gorgon informs his two comrades that he thinks they were pulled out of here. Now, Gorgon takes a look out in the hallway. If two people, so the beds are made. It looks like there was a struggle.
My mistake. They're not made.
Okay. Well, they could have covered their tracks poorly. So it looks like they were pulled out of here. So Gorgon looks in the hallway. Like if he was dragging two dead bodies or two, lifeless bodies out here.
Dead bodies.
Well, I'm just assuming. Gorgon assumes the worst.
Right.
I hope Sveltna's okay.
Two horribly mutilated people.
Can Gorgon find a track or anything from drag marks or footprints or?
It looks like you see kind of like scuff marks on the ground, but you're not sure if they're like recent or if they've been there. Now, when you go down, when you're looking through the top floor that you're on, you don't really notice, like you only see the one exit going down. But once you're on the third floor,
Oh, geez.
you can see that as you kind of walk around the hallway, there's like an outdoor garden that's kind of like on a balcony.
Jamal, you're looking awfully sideways.
Gorgon says, well, they would have to, he looks at the plants. Could I do a knowledge nature to see? Because, these are two heavy, limp bodies that they would have to take out. Because there's no way
You would need to
Speltna
do a
would...
survival check.
May I?
You may.
Yeah, I think that's probably the call, yeah.
Yeah, can anyone assist me on this?
Probably not.
Where's Thrindle when you need him?
I don't think you can do survival in
12.
Find, right?
I don't know. It might be trained only.
So you notice that the plants look artificial, and that there are some plants that are kind of like stamped down that are close to the edges.
Hey,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, go for
Kind
it.
of these
Jamal.
plants here.
Jamal wanted to climb up the wall quick and make a perception quick from a high vantage point, looking for any clues or evidence.
As long as it's quick.
All right, there's the climb check. Here's the
Have a-
perception check.
I have a
So
massive
you climb
clue
up the
right
wall
now.
like Spider-Man. And you start looking around, but as you're climbing so quickly, some dust kind of falls into your eyes.
You're
You can't
convinced.
really get a good look.
You're convinced that
Oh,
you see them.
damn it.
Well, there they are inside the hotel. They never left.
No, there's broken glass on top of the wall, and you just stab your hands.
Hey, where's that fella Thrindle?
I don't know. He disappeared at some point, probably
Speaking
doing
of Thrindle,
I was
some
gonna say, good
elven
point.
stuff. Like my dad used to say to go munch leaves sometimes for some reason.
As you guys are searching around on the outdoor canopy, which I just realized Thrindle was probably looking at a black screen the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you could have said something.
That's okay.
I moved the players back to combat.
You might as well give them vision of what I'm doing too.
I did. That's why I feel so bad.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Now I get to see.
Okay, so yeah, I'll open this door in front of me.
So as
show
you're,
yeah,
like
you-
this?
You guys should have seen the first room that I came into. Oh boy, what a room!
so this door, how do you open it?
Quietly. I'll spit on the. Does the door look like it's rusted or like creaky?
No. But do you want to
Okay.
throw me a perception check to kind of like
Absolutely.
listen? You hear two men kind of eating and talking on the other side of the door.
Hmm.
So you hear them. They're just chatting as they eat. They're disgruntled. They seem to be complaining about something, and they're saying that I just don't understand. If we have to take Malleus to the site so early, and now we have to walk there. I mean, couldn't he have just waited, caught a ride on the train, and jumped off? Save us a lot of trouble. The other guy's like, yeah.
Huh. Do they just go on about that and sort of continue on with their banter?
Yeah. They're just saying.
I saw a
it's
butt
wait,
crab
how's your
the other day.
cousin?
such
She's
a-
still hot.
And is it so necessary for such a heavily armored caravan to just to go on a hike? It just seems pointless to me.
Can I see into this room at all? Are there any keyholes? Or
There's like a little tiny keyhole. You can just kind of see the side of a rather thick man. You think the armor kind of matches the same as what's on this guard?
are these guys making any moves up here at all?
They're kind of like chatting away.
Okay, I don't.
You also hear him say, "I thought we were just going to be guarding him while he does the speech at the opening of the train. I don't understand what's with this change of plans." Oh well, he's in charge, and it's best not to question him.
Okay, up at these two doors here. Is there any gap at the floor between the door?
There's like a little small gap, like air can pass through there and whatnot.
Okay.
Thindle, you notice the two guards at the top of the hallway start looking like they're going to start walking.
Okay, I will bend over and try to look through the gap in the door. Like, get on my hands and knees.
All right, you are able to like see through on the other side. Like you don't see anything, but you think like if there's light on the other side, you'd be able to see like light coming
Okay.
through the bottom of the door.
Thorindel will shift through the door. Ooh, perfect.
Uh-oh.
So you see Malleus Gambry sleeping on a bed.
Okay. I will remain still and wait for the guard to pass. And then I will very carefully. Do you want a stealth first perception? They get like, I think it's minus.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can roll it, but it's
It's minus 20.
Yeah, it's like a lot.
Unless they have the alertness feat.
Oh, unless I get a nat one.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
What?
You kick over a trash can.
I was gonna say, wait, he could get a -1, but no, he gets a 5. So as you shift into the room, you kind of, like Carl said, you shift in and kind of kick a trash can over.
What is their perception scores? What's the guards' perception scores? I want to roll them.
+8. High or low, Benzel?
Hi. I don't know what we're. Oh, whether they.
It's for favorable results. Looks like you're safe for now.
The guard that's at the end of the hallway starts moving up towards the room.
Okay.
Malleus doesn't seem to wake up though.
Oh boy.
He's a heavy sleeper.
Okay. Well, they haven't. They heard me. They haven't seen me. So
Right? Yeah,
my
they've only
blend
heard a
is-
trash can.
My
Yeah,
blend
they're
is still
still-
in effect.
Yeah.
So
Put
I
the trash
will.
can next to Malleus's hand. He moved it.
Well, I'm just going to move off into the corner and kind of like stand still.
So the
Luke,
guard approaches the door and just kind of leans in, listening. And when he doesn't hear anything, he's going to knock on the door.
Sir, we heard something. Are you okay?
Trindle will.
Reply in a comical Muppet voice.
No,
Malleus
no,
wakes
I
up.
was gonna bluff, but if he's making audible snoring sounds, then I'll-
Malleus wakes
and
up.
says,
oh shit.
what do you want?
Me and Malleus are having a good time.
The guard fumbles with some keys, and unlocks the door and opens it a crack and peers in and says, "Well, I just heard a loud crashing sound from your room, sir. Are you okay?"
Malleus gets up and begins to light a candle and says, I was sleeping. What do you mean, noise?
May I enter, sir?
Yes. Through you can see Malleus get up wearing a set of slimming underwear.
See, it's less awkward when two NPCs talk to each other because it's two DMs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still a conversation.
Yeah.
So as
exactly.
the candle grows and begins to light up the room, they notice the trash can knocked over
Oh, great.
and begin frantically looking about the room.
I don't know any mechanic to do this, but... sir, I think perhaps that we should investigate. This is not right.
There's only one way in and out of this room. You're obviously not doing your jobs. Wake up more guards.
The guard runs out and starts running up towards the barracks. You hear the clattering of feet in the hallways, Thrindle. Fan out, we may have an intruder. Search every angle of the compound.
Except Malleus's room. I've already checked
Randall
it.
remains. It still is a tree.
So the guards go in and start waking up.
If
Probably
during
the other
during
room.
the commotion, does Malleus leave the room at all?
Buzz goes back to bed.
He seems to stay in his room.
Yeah, he
Alright,
has his back to the room right now. He's kind of like looking out.
I was up late last
He's yelling.
night.
He's looking out the door, yelling to guards. He's got 2 guards posted in his room right now. So
I'm going to get close to the desk and kind of look over his what's there.
So here you see, what languages do you read?
More like, what languages don't I read? Actually, it's I don't actually have a lot of like humanoid kind of languages. It's mostly like the planar languages. So like I don't here, I'll read it off real quick. Languages: Elven, Draconic, Common, Sylvan, Gnome, Hobgoblin, Aran, Terran, Aquan, Ignean, Abyssal, and Aklo. Did you get that?
Sorry, one more time.
Elven, Draconic, Common, Sylvan, Gnome, Hobgoblin, Aran, Terran, Aquan, Ignean, Abyssal, and Aklo.
Elven, Eklo, Hobgoblin, and and Gnomish.
Okay,
Also,
so you
Elven
see a
and
lot of words
Sylvan.
written
That's
down
the-
on a lot of papers, and kind of like some rough sketches. There's a lot of different languages. You notice some are abyssal,
Really?
and some are in a different language that you don't really notice.
Can I do a linguistics check to perhaps try to at least identify the language, or
Yeah. So
Yeah.
throw me a linguistics check. So the pictures you see are kind of like crude drawings of like a giant, almost like Chinese stone not obelisk, kind of like
just
a
like a big
large oval cut gem.
Oh, interesting. 18 linguistics.
You notice that the language is infernal.
Oh, fuck. Crazy. So there's some dark dealings going on here. That is interesting. And this is just what's on top of the desk.
Yeah, this is what he has out. You also notice that this guard, when he came in the room, Gamry kind of pushed him out.
Okay. When I would like to... Can I knowledge of the planes what this stuff's about?
Yeah, throw me a knowledge of the plane, see if
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's
Bad
Steven's
so
stuff. It's
you
bad.
think what he's got here is some sort of like pictographic recipe
Great.
for something.
That's fantastic. Okay, so the desk, it's got like drawers in it.
It does have drawers, but they're locked.
Okay, what else is in the
Shift
room?
inside of the drawer.
No.
I like how.
Dude,
there's
that'd be
just
a
like
sweet ability. You reduce yourself to like diminutive size.
You could really actually.
Sir, we're doing plumb bob sweeps. May I do this room now? Start with the
Are
barracks.
you gonna be okay?
Start with the barracks. I'm not prepared to be seen yet. I'm barely dressed. Yes, sir.
Do you want to plumb up my cack? I've heard many ladies tell me it is magical.
Have you ever wanted to be a squire?
All right,
Just like his
Trindle
dad.
will try to. Can I discreetly take some of the papers?
You can
You have to
throw
roll
down
for
like a
that.
sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I think that my
Rolling
sleight of
pretty good.
hand is. Let me see. I think it's really bad, so I don't have it written, but I know I get a -2. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave. Do you want another stealth pass?
Yeah, throw me a stealth.
Okay.
Don't that one.
Yeah, I know. I'm having some good luck. Total.
You know,
Sorry,
at least
so
you're
you had
fucking up your knowledge
28.
of the planes and not your stealths.
Yeah, so you're good.
It is 30.
Ah,
Oh, not 20.
So as you're creeping by the window, you get up to the. Sorry, you get out and you can either pass by the 2 guards on the bottom or the 2 guards on the top without notice. I assumed you were going out the same way.
I think so, considering the other way was just a doorway filled with all kinds of other guards. So yeah, probably this way.
Yeah, so as you're kind of leaving out the window, you kind of bump into the one guard here. He kind of sets
Trindle
back.
will say, so he obviously notices me, right?
Yeah, he feels you like bump into him, and then he can kind of see that you're not quite the same color as the wall.
Right.
Sir,
There's
I
a
had a
little bit of
slight reading
predator.
here.
So he doesn't, does he acknowledge, like...
Yeah, I guess
like,
he would do a CMB to try and grab you.
oh, his eyes go wide and he tries to CMB me? Okay. Do you want to, like, throw down initiative for that, perhaps?
Yeah, let's do initiative.
Because if I go first, I'm
Right, yeah, you're getting the
just
fuck
gonna
out.
fuck off.
Luckily, his initiative isn't great.
Yeah, okay. Thrindle says, pardon me, and shifts out the window.
Jesus Christ, you're a badass. So you get out the window and the guard yells, "Intruder!
You hear an
Northeast
uproar.
wall!"
Metal Gear music.
So this gunslinger kind of looks towards the northeast wall.
Oh, you want another stealth versus perception?
I was just gonna keep your 30.
Oh, sure. I'm cool with that. 30's pretty decent. Yeah, cool.
So he doesn't see you. And you just kind of.
You just hear guards clambering in your direction. They can't see you. The guy is yelling, "It's hard to see him!" So,
Turtle just audibly laughs as you race your way back to.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, this is the music that's playing right now.
Back to the hotel.
Back to the lab again.
All right.
Threaten wins.
So do I return to the party?
No.
You return to the doorway that you exited the hotel when you first started following Gameru. You know that you had to go downstairs from the banquet hall and then out the back door of the hotel.
Right.
But I think for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to say you guys meet back up in the foyer once the other group finishes up on the top balcony.
Nice
If they're
timing,
done
Luke.
for now.
Okay, so
Were you guys done on the
Trindle
balcony?
enters.
I'll take
So is
that
this
as a
woman
yes.
here?
When you hear a mixed drink
Is this
being
in-
sipped on, that's just
Yeah, that's the front desk woman.
Okay, so
Gorgon's already been bribing and haggling with her.
Well, Thorindel will dismiss his. I imagine it wears off before he gets here, so he's visible, probably appearing as in his old man disguise.
Gorgon says,
I have news.
Oh, Grandpa, where'd you go? We were scared
Just
because
went for a moonlit stroll.
sometimes you forget where you are.
I know. I don't know this city. I walked in a circle for several hours.
Well, I am glad that you are now okay.
Yes, I have news. Come talk with me.
Would you like to rent a room, sir?
Rent a room? How much?
Oh,
Gorgon says, I don't know if that's wise. Let us stay in that ridiculous inn with the clock. It's
Sure,
loud
perhaps.
ticking. Rushes me to sleep.
All right, let us go. Goodbye, nice lady.
All right, Grandpa, now careful. We don't want you to get lost
Gorgon
again.
takes him outside and
Alias
says, "Spindle,
Scamry is in
fine."
league with infernal creatures.
Ah, shit. I don't know who that guy
well,
is, but
Perhaps
said-
not in league with them, but he
he said he's in
has-
league with demons.
Seems
He
to
has
me.
Diagrams of.
Gorgon says, any trace
Infernal
of
plans.
Leslie or Schveltna?
I did not see them.
Gorgon
Hold
says, nothing is right about this.
I unfortunately was seen just as I was exiting, so I had to get out of there before I could search the entire area. They
Shall
will
we
be
storm
alerted
their compound?
leaving. It may be prudent to act quickly.
Gorgon says, act where, though? That is the real question.
So the guards talked about going where the train was going.
They
Why couldn't
said
the train just take us
they
there?
said they were delivering Malleus to the site early in the morning. They said they find it frustrating that he couldn't just do the train opening like he was supposed to, and then take a ride on the train and jump off there. They find it frustrating that they have to walk there instead. Like I said, early in the morning, and they mentioned that it's a heavily armored caravan.
So we could perhaps waylay this caravan.
Where's the caravan heading, though? I am lost. It might just be because of
There's
They
No,
only
that's
refer
alright.
to it as the site.
yeah, you know it's down the tracks based on if you logicked through it, but you don't know anything else.
Well, then I guess we should probably do something
we
to
have an idea?
stop.
Do we know which direction the tracks are going? Like, was this the tour?
Well, we inspected the train, so presumably we would have.
I mean, there is kind of a
flight
train
Tracks
track on the
are
map,
kind
too.
of heading like this. I just did that on GM layer.
Yeah, there is a train track on this map. That's why I picked it originally.
Yeah, but it essentially follows the train track on the map.
Okay.
What is
assuming
to
you
the south?
assuming you haven't used many spells, you could choose to rest and try to get there around the same time as him and have your spells back.
So you
if
guys
you wanted
can
to
roll.
not do that, then you can't. You'll be fatigued.
I don't know. They heard me in his room, and then someone saw me. So that's they're on to. They know that. So he knows that somebody knows, so he may potentially jump the gun.
Yeah, he doesn't know what somebody knows, but he knows someone was here.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I mean, the guard's going to be like, there was this gray elf-looking type creature who laughed in my face and then leapt out a window that was tiny.
Of course, Tyrindel.
I don't know what to do, guys. What are your thoughts?
well, we could perhaps identify where the caravan is and keep an eye on it, and then try to rest. How's that sound?
Sounds like a good old-fashioned stakeout.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
something
good
along those
plan.
lines.
There's one thing I don't want to hear about. It's demons.
I could even magical mansion or mirror hideaway out of my chest, and we could rest right there.
When he used the word caravan, like he was referring to themselves, like the group of people protecting him.
Oh, okay. He
Just so
wasn't,
there's no
like,
confusion. They're not like
talking
expecting-
about a large
Yeah.
covered wagon.
No, he was just talking about like.
Sorry, I may have used
we're
the wrong
ones-
word when I said caravan to
I did
Carl
too.
earlier.
Yeah, so it's an escort. He was saying that they're a very powerful. Like, why do we need
All
such a
right.
powerful
Well,
escort?
we just stake them out then, basically, right?
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of hide
How's that
out
sound?
outside of the compound.
Yeah. How does that sound, guys?
Sounds fine.
Yeah, but then we have to. Is there a way we can figure out where they're going to be going and beat them there?
Throw me a knowledge local.
An instance,
If
s'il
you
vous plaît.
can you verbally tell us where you would look?
be better.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
gonna
have-
throw in knowledge of the plains.
20, not natural.
13.
So you think you've kind of heard some chatter around town that the site kind of refers to the place that they thought was the opening to the outside in
Okay.
Matt's adventure the last time the train was going off.
Oh, the mountain, which is kind of like which has portals in it. I think I called it the Mountains of Madness. Yeah.
Why would they hear that around?
So you think
town?
it's referring to the Mountains of Madness.
We should keep calling them that.
So Gorgon says we should ride towards the Mountains of Madness. Cut them off.
I think it has an official name that I haven't named, so you could name it. But the folklore, folksy name that people in the streets say is like
People on the streets.
they call it Mountains of Madness because if you go there, you never come back.
That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You can say that.
I did say that.
That's no, that's an
Oh,
expression,
Jamal.
I did say that. Goddamn it, Jamal.
So yeah, let's go to the site then, right? I think we're
Yeah, we'll take our horses and we'll ride there. As long as Thrindle doesn't mind missing out on a couple spells. We only need 4 hours to rest, so if we beat them there tonight, we
Well-
can rest there.
technically I still need 8 hours, but we just sort of say that he kind of trances. But yeah, we shouldn't abuse that ball
I
really.
used the chase cards last time we went to the Mountains of Madness. That was fun.
So we're going to ride towards the Mountains of Madness, Carl and Luke.
Sorry, I was muted this whole time. So you guys go and get your horses. It's kind of a little after midnight. You start heading down the tracks. I guess Edward and Jamal will be carrying torches while Thrindle and Gorgon are able to just kind of ride.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
As you get to the base of the cave, or the base of the mountains, you're kind of riding around, and it just looks like a normal mountain. You see the old excavation site, but nothing really continued since the last time. Through my survival check.
Not me.
I might as well.
14. You got 17.
So Thrindle's kind of looking around. He doesn't really see anything out of the ordinary, but Edward happens to notice that there's kind of a heavy path of tracks leading further down the mountains.
I like to think that I fall on a route, and then as I get up right in front of my face, I see those big tracks that I wouldn't have noticed otherwise,
That's perfect.
because I am
That's-
completely
that's
untrained in
That's
survival.
that's what happens.
Did
So
the
I'm like-
clumsy gods smile upon you?
Ow! Look, there's tracks over here. I found them all by myself.
How
You
did
guys
they hear?
follow the tracks. As you're going down, throw me a perception check.
Oh, there's people that I can see. Wow, Edward is fucking rolling like a boss tonight.
You're not doing too bad.
Yeah, and your modifiers aren't really that great.
It's
either.
-1. Yeah, it's 0 -1.
So as you guys are walking, fuck, why isn't this gridded?
Gorgon sings this song. When I go out walking, I walk my stuff when I'm all strung out.
Shh, I think I
So
hear
Gorgon's walking along singing, and Trindle's kind of humming along. And as you guys are walking, you hear Edward say, "Wait, stop!" as you two fall into a hole that was covered over. Throw me
Oh, you-
reflex saves.
No,
Not
he
Edward,
trips,
though.
he trips on a root and he sees people.
Oh, Gorgon and myself.
Yeah.
Ah, we stepped into a trap, dear friend. Reflex.
And
trap.
technically, we shouldn't get any perceptions versus traps we're not specifically looking for.
Oh.
If it's just a trap and we walk into it, we walk into it. No.
Oh, okay.
I got 23 on my reflex, and if I pass, I take no damage.
Benzaru. I need a reflex save.
Back when they took my people from our homeland,
Oof.
they used to set
Hope there's
traps.
spikes at the bottom. Yeah.
So as
there's
you guys
spikes
are
at the
falling, Thrindle, you're falling pretty hard. You lose your footing almost instantly as you fall 10 feet down or 20 feet down, landing on a small bed of spikes. But Gorgon, as he's falling, kind of sees the spikes ahead of time and notices a little kind of hole in the ledge and is able to grip himself before he falls in.
Actually wouldn't even step in the trap.
Oh, okay. So as Thrindle falls, Gorgon just kind of lifts his foot off and steps backwards.
Jamal will climb down to try to save Thrindle.
Climb check.
I believe I've
Okay.
been impaled.
Thrindle, you okay there?
It hurts.
I'm coming down to get you.
You okay, Crocker?
You're good. I'll say it's even good to carry him back up.
You gotta watch your foot. Back
So
when they took
is
my
the trap
people,
now visible? It's like this.
Yeah, like there's a big hole. Yeah, sorry, I should have drawn that.
It hurts.
Gorgon edges around it.
Too bad we don't have any healing.
Same for me. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Oh, yeah, see, everybody was like, Beard was kind of like making fun of me because he's like, yeah, we're going to have 3 healers now.
Right.
But literally, we're having none right now.
So you guys are standing at the top of like a downward spiral to a cave entrance.
Gorgon's going to check for traps. I don't know if you want to do it passively or like he's going to move slowly. And
Thrindle cast blend. I gotta
Yeah.
overclock it. You don't need.
I'll do a
want me
bunch of
to-
perceptions. Oh, that's my perception. It's going to be
I
useful.
ain't gonna be trapped.
can we just do initiative so that we're
Yeah,
No.
let's hit up some
Now
notes.
you activated the thing.
I
or did
know,
you
I
just
was
draw
like-
it?
Spellcasters
No, I
go
was just
first.
sitting here and I was like, why the fuck was Edward able to see those people?
Okay. Yeah, we can do initiative.
we can't see over the edge.
Not
No, it's
supposed to
kind of
be.
like you can see down the edge. Sorry, it was the first edge that you couldn't see over. So I may as well just unenable this now. So fucking organized.
Trindle's hurting.
Well, hell, a ding a ring.
I have 1 cure light wounds potion if you want it.
Oh no, don't. No, I'm not like that bad. I mean, I'm just saying he fell into a pit of spikes.
All right, I'm just going to.
On no day is that a pleasant thing.
So Gorgon, you're first. So you want to throw me a perception?
Yeah, actually.
And we'll say your
What are
perceptions
you,
are for
what are you looking at?
I'm gonna
every
do
30 feet.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just give me a second.
Who does that and why?
Lamat.
How dare you?
24.
So you don't notice any traps in this section of the...
Gorgon looks at this fence. Is it structurally sound?
It's kind of just like metal pikes driven into the ground with rope.
But
I
like
don't-
the poles sound?
Yeah.
Gorgon's going to tie a rope to it and slide down.
Ooh, not bad. So you make it down to the bottom part of the cavern.
Do the fence
You now have
trap.
the rope kind of dangling down.
I'll follow him if it doesn't break or anything bad happens. So yeah.
Nope, he makes it down. Safe
So much
and
for
sound.
that turn order, eh?
Right. This is what I get for letting a rogue take control.
Okay, so I'll wait for my turn then.
Brindle. Gorgon has
Alright.
cleared traps all the way down to where he is.
Okay.
Edward.
I follow.
Jamal.
Jamal follows with a climb check. Says, why does the black man go last?
You want to go?
Because he rolled shitty initiative.
Because you
All
don't have
throughout
any
his life.
initiative.
I should get racially bonus experience.
Next thing I know, you'll have me sitting on the back of the wagon.
Who the
Or
hell you
get
think
to
you
the-
are? Rose a parking lot?
You get to the bottom of the downward cave tunnel. You're now at the large opening, and you can see the mouth of the cave.
Let's throw down some more perception. One trap is enough to have me
Whoa!
concerned.
They're in too.
That rolls at a turn. It's not going to count.
Oh,
Yeah, it's his only good roll. Give him that.
Nope.
You guys see that there is another trap. It looks like some sort of a crude rope trap. It's hidden pretty well, but Thrindle managed to spot it.
look there, Gorgon. Can you disable it?
Gorgon moves forward. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. And disable device. Do. What's my disable device? It's one of my best skills.
You see a rope going down the floor and up the wall to a heavy crossbow that's sitting up here.
Oh, that's a
22.
You're good.
Crude manufacturing. Gorgon moves up to the mouth of this entrance.
So as you get up to the entrance, I assume you guys are all following.
Yeah, we'll move to the next map
Yeah,
or whatever. Unless it's
Yeah.
just a fireball that's going to kill us all.
Essentially, I just want to make sure everyone will be there. Can't spell TPK without T.
Oh, we're having tea? This is going to be great.
It's an Earl Grey.
We are down quite a number of PCs.
Yeah, I wasn't
with no
expecting
healer.
Beard to pack it back out at the last second.
I can defeat anything.
So throw me a survival check.
Luke, before we go to the next page, I want to message you.
I mean, you can remove
Oh, you
like
can
one or
send
two
me text messages for
cultists.
Doesn't you can roll survivals on train, guys. Are you guys there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Got it, Bob.
Wait, Luke. Wait. What?
Mm,
Look at the
thank you,
Look at the
Jamal.
messages in roll 20.
I'm messaging you on Skype. Stop messaging me 2 different places.
Nat 20.
Nice. Someone can do it. So you do have ranks in survival then, Gorgon.
Oh, I do. It was Edward that doesn't.
Right.
I have 3 ranks. A negative wisdom score and a +1 bonus from a trait.
Oh, you do have a wisdom score.
Negative 1.
Oh, -1. Oh, wow.
So first things first. Are you guys sneaking?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you guys didn't tell
And
us that.
Thrindle overclocked blend. So
Can you
They
cast
already-
blend on multiple people?
no. Well, I think it's personal, so no. Just myself.
Luke, put them back.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Jesus Christ.
I don't need.
Teamwork.
He was hacking you guys.
All right, so you guys want to throw like a group
Stealth
stealth? Like everybody just roll stealth. I'm gonna do what
and average.
people have
it.
been doing and just kind of average it.
So
I
that's
don't need
actually
to sneak.
Actually, you know what? No, let's
Maybe
go individual
five.
stealths.
What I like to do is, depending on how many people succeed, the groups, like, I don't know, bad thing happens, but
That's kind of what I was
like if 2 out of 4.
that's what you.
The
Better doing.
the rule I actually took from was from 5th edition. They do group stealth. What do I?
I don't need to sneak. I already can't be seen in the dark.
And here we go.
Tangent
That's the
I will
joke
give
why
you
he
both
made
this
Jamal.
You've got -1 hero point, Russell. The next time you get one, you're at 0.
Racism.
So when you guys are looking over for tracks, you can see a pretty fresh set of tracks that are heading into the cave. They're heading in a certain direction. I'm not going to say you know whose they are because that doesn't make sense.
He got
Are
an
they
at
male
20,
or
so he could
female human
perhaps-
tracks?
Yeah,
They are
identify.
male human tracks, aged 35 to 40.
Shoe
Probably.
size?
Shoe size would be about a
6.
12.
What type of boot are they wearing? Is it a
12.
boot, a sandal? Barefoot.
It looks like
Kimonos.
they're wearing boots, but as they start walking, you notice that there's a gauntlet laying on the ground, and then another gauntlet, and then there's a boot, 2 boots, chest
Wait.
piece.
Is it werewolves again?
But then does it go shoeless? Like,
Yes.
are the tracks at that point shoeless? Looking at the gauntlets, do I recognize them? Because like not everyone we know wears gauntlets.
They look like they're Gamelonian made.
Morgan takes a drag
Initials
off a cigar
MG.
and says, "Shit." But wait a minute, we would have beaten Malleus here, right? We left ahead.
Depending on
You
no,
might
he
have.
was. Yeah, you don't know that
Hmm.
because he was alerted, and then you and Thrindle rendezvoused.
Right. Okay, so Gorgon keeps going deeper.
Go deep.
So as you guys are going deep, you Jesus Christ, you start to overhear some talking, but it sounds weird. It doesn't quite sound like the Malleus you guys know.
Yes. There's no stopping the ritual now. The obelisk is going to be on its way shortly. I've finished torturing our guests. The girl strangely knew very little about her companions, while the young Washington man knew a great deal. Him and the group of bothersome adventurers who stopped me last time are still living in that mansion of yours. They've apparently rigged it with traps. Still, it is the same amount of travelers, plus that new stupid one who thinks himself a necromancer. Have the soldiers in your community make good use of the new plumb bob design and have them picked up. And have the non-magical ones taken in too for aiding and abetting. After I complete the ritual and come into this plane, I need you and your friend to be prepared. I'll be traveling to Abbott Shore in the new train to cross you over as well. You must ensure that this group of adventurers are out of the picture. We have waited
As he's
almo-
talking, you hear a really loud train horn.
We've waited a millennia for this, and we can't afford another calamity. Soon the true rulers of this plane of existence will return. As Gamry, you see him talking in what could be a scrying mirror to, a shadowy figure. And as he's kind of pacing around as he talks. And as he steps in front of the red crystal, I can't click on it. Can you make that thing visible?
I think we ought to interrupt this fella.
Do it.
Uno momento.
Looks like the hold has still got a grip and tore.
So
I'll go
Thrindle,
first.
when you see this big gem here, it really resembles the one that you saw in Malleus's drawings.
Can I do a new knowledge check since I've seen it in person?
All of you can throw down some knowledge checks,
As you see, Malleus.
but we're gonna do this in order. So
Okay. We don't see the
we
turn
don't see
order
the
at all.
initiative.
All right,
We're gonna have
so-
to re-enter.
and
Gorgon,
also,
roll me Slavic. Gorgon, roll me any knowledge checks you want to roll.
So let's start with a knowledge arcana.
Can I just say something really quick? And because we
Nat
did,
20.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we fumbled it.
We just
fumbled it, I just wanted to make it clear. You couldn't see anything in that red mirror until Gamry walked in front of it, almost like a reflection.
Ah, okay.
And also you see Cassie and Leslie in cages on the ground over here. They're pretty heavily bloodied.
And they're just laying on the
I
ground.
don't know. I see their HP bar. They seem fine.
So I got a nat 20 on knowledge arcana.
So you know that there's going to be some kind of ritual going on here, some sort of summoning ritual. You know that I'm trying to give you something since it was a nat 20. There needs to be there's another piece that needs to be set in place.
The train.
Like there's something missing that's not quite here.
I think we should free our friends first so they can help us kill the Malleus man.
We don't have time. Or tell you what, Jamal, you hold them off. We can't let Gorgon whispers to the party. We can't let the train come overhead. They're missing something, and that's probably it. Whatever's in the train is bad news.
Let's fight, Gorgon. It's time.
Let's just let the knowledge checks hit first. So that's pretty much my only relevant knowledge. BRB real quick.
Cool. Thrindle.
All right, I will open with Arcana.
I mean, Gorgon just got a nat 20 Arcana. You can probably skip the Arcanas.
Now we're below where
But
the
it's an
train
elf
runs.
Arcana.
Yeah.
Correct. You think that when you went down into the cave opening and kind of looped around, that it kind of brought you underneath the tracks.
Okay. Planes. 25.
So what you see in the mirror, you're pretty sure is a lich. So you think Gamry is possessed by a lich, and
Okay, that would probably be knowledge religion, but that's okay.
So that's the lich you were talking about to me, Carla.
Yeah, I meant to message Luke.
You
right,
stupid
I didn't
idiot.
realize that was
Undead are usually religion.
their
but
religion.
that's-
Okay.
Here's a
I
religion.
mean,
It's-
roll your knowledge religion.
It's a special lich.
Oh, look, I got higher.
You're good.
If only. If
So-
only. I was gonna complain because I'm the knowledge religion guy.
Planar is relevant, though. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
it's-
probably some
it is-
relevance, maybe perhaps to this who this person is, who I might know with knowledge history.
I do have that too.
All right, so
You think
you know that what's going on is like a summoning ritual. This lich is trying to bring himself into our plane.
you don't think this
Okay,
lich was
so-
ever human? This seems to be an extraplanar entity.
Oh, interesting.
No more knowledge. It's time to stop this bitch.
Fuck you! I'm on me!
Is I don't have any knowledge of who this lich is, obviously.
No, he's not.
It was
There's
never.
not
It was
really-
never a person.
Books of liches kicking around in the.
Well, like if there's stories of some lich.
Yeah,
Right,
like,
yeah.
maybe
He
it's a
wouldn't-
god. Maybe it was worship.
Well,
Are
who
you
knows?
sure
he's
it's not
It's not like a high powered
Dave?
god or
You
anything.
know, Dave the Lich?
Okay.
I think his name was-
Okay. I think that's. I mean, about it for me.
Edward. Actually, Thrindle. Or Edward, throw me your knowledges.
Edward's gonna go planes, religion,
There we go.
and history.
So
Oh,
with
no.
that knowledge planes, you know with this ritual that's going on, that if it's broken like mid ritual, that it's going to cause a pretty terrible effect.
Okay.
Go
so,
now!
has it started?
You
Doesn't
do see that the red stone is kind of glowing, and there's like a blue aura coming from around it.
So does that mean the ritual has started?
You think it's about to start commencing.
Okay. Oh no. For some reason I know that when this ritual starts and it's interrupted, real bad stuff happens and it's about to start. So we gotta rush him now.
Can we roll a new initiative?
This was just like a knowledge initiative, so I will get a new one for.
Cool. Tell us when we can roll.
Can you reset the initiative order for us there, bud?
Because we
Is
don't
there a
see
way to
this.
just clear it?
Yep.
Yeah, you just press on if you.
Click on turn order, and then there you go.
Got it.
It's funny because I rolled the same thing.
Woohoo!
So I
Twice
had
in a
you
row.
two, and the other two will add themselves. Fucking Gorgon. Fucking Jamal.
Bitch.
You're gonna pay for that one.
What
I've
happened?
been waiting.
Wait,
to
Gorgon.
give
Oh my
this
God, you
white
guys with
man
the
ass
even.
open.
You'd have to do a.
Do you want to go first, Russ, or do you want me to go first?
He seems like a slave owner. I'm gonna whoop his ass.
He seems like a slave. He seems like the.
Oh, what you do to the turn order?
Oh, fuck me. I can't close it.
you can just reopen it. There you go.
Okay.
Well, it's good to know that we go before.
Yeah, I always do
Jamal.
that too.
I'm just so used on mine. I'll just like close it when I'm not.
Jamal, you can
Jamal.
go first.
Gorgon, I should have you know, I expect flanking bonuses.
You'll get it in time.
All right, Jamal charges.
I don't get
plus
something.
You have
do
some
it.
faster movement.
I have 80-foot move. Is that? Should I gotta? Sorry, I gotta zoom out. It's 80 feet.
80
Oh,
foot is your
85.
base movement?
80
No, it's
foot charge.
Oh,
Mm.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I can't
So
quite
you're
do
just
it.
out of range.
Damn, bitch.
wow.
Can we say I'm 5 foot closer just
Nope.
because?
We cannot.
You can
I
you
was-
can maintain stealth for one more round and move 5 feet,
We can
Alright.
move half
No
as
way.
and then
many
you
if he
can
does
start the
that.
fight next round. You can do that. He doesn't notice you, so
All right. In that case, I'll attack the cages. Be like, I'm a team player, bitch.
Yeah.
Jamal runs up to Leslie and attacks the cage.
Leslie sees a man he's never
Actually-
seen before.
Actually, he says, I can break these cuffs. And he,
Let me free you from your shackles.
It wasn't right when it happened to my people, and it's not right now.
I can break these cuffs.
only Lamat knows. Only
Yes,
Lamat
I know what you're talking about.
so just so you
it's a-
know, Leslie is completely unresponsive.
Oh, it's so obscure. It's so perfect.
Sorry. So I'm gonna use Strength Surge, one of my rage powers, to add my barbarian level to a strength check. So that puts me at total +7 +6, which makes
What?
13.
plus 13 strength. I'm raging too. That's part of why my
Oh,
strength
okay.
is so high. That's it.
Achilles.
I should also mention that there's a little girl that you haven't seen in this cage.
Oh,
I forgot
Oh.
about her token. Rosemary
Wait,
is in this cage for
Technically, I'm breaking the rules.
Rosemary's in a cave. What the fuck?
because she was with us.
Oh, okay, wait.
Oh.
So technically, I'm breaking the rules because I'm double
my God.
moving and making a standard.
She's always the damsel in distress, man. Poor Rosemary.
But if you're charging, can't you like
Like,
charge the
Charging's
attack?
for. Oh yeah, but that wasn't an attack. That was a strength check. Yeah, let's just do the attack. Fuck. So I already rolled the strength though. So shit. Can I renege and just roll an attack?
Yeah, just roll an attack
So I got 25.
and then throw damage down.
Well, you just hit innate objects.
That's what I
you just
mean.
roll damage.
DC 10.
Oh.
So
Okay. First attack.
you're
Raging.
just kind of like running up and slamming on the door, I would assume.
Yeah.
2d6
pretty much.
plus.
What do you use? Oh, he uses a great sword, doesn't he?
Is the cage magical?
Do you have any way of detecting that kind of stuff?
No, but I do +2 damage against magic users. Wait, no, that wouldn't count for magic objects. Never mind, sorry. Okay, so it's
It's
+2.
magical and you die.
Sorry, I'm just new to this character.
No, it's all good. Take your time. We deal with this from Lamette, and he plays the same character all the time.
Okay, 22 damage with the charge. Oh, that's plus 2 damage more from the charge.
So you run up to the door, and you just kind of like smash along the hinges on the one side, and the door collapses inwards beside Leslie.
All right, that's my turn. Let's keep going.
Gorgon.
I rolled a nat 20 on my Knowledge Arcana. Is this orb required for anything as part of the ritual?
Thought he
No,
said it
you
was like
think
a
that was
scrying
just used
thing.
for scrying to someone else.
But it's not. That's what I was trying to clarify. So it's not part of the ritual.
No.
Gotcha. So Gorgon, 5, 10, 15. Here, hold on. Gorgon's gonna friggin' zip in there. So Gorgon's gonna do a run action, get behind here, and that's my turn.
Oh, that's a bummer.
The Lich's turn. You see the group
It's surprise round though, isn't it?
Nope.
negative.
Can I retcon what I did then? I thought we had a surprise round.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's not a surprise round, but the Lich doesn't know that you guys are acting. Or maybe you can call that a surprise round, but he's still going this round.
That's not.
Call it what you want. Go on.
You can call it an attack of opportunity, but you're gonna have to use it on your turn. It's gonna be your
then.
attack.
And it's gonna take your standard action.
Yeah.
Think of it as you guys are starting to act, and he's also acting. Whether or not he's aware of you.
Think of it as combat begins.
Well, this isn't necessarily combat. Like, he's not going to be attacking
You don't have to
guys.
explain it any more than I did.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, we got it.
Tell me more.
What will he be doing on his turn?
So what about this NPC's background?
You know, he's the dad of a PC. That's pretty much it.
So that'd be -8, but it'd be flat-footed and versus touch. Well, let's try it. So Gorgon's gonna quick draw to a net and throw a net.
Nice.
Ah, that's real bad. That's -8, so that's only 3. So it goes way wide.
That is a miss. You see your net land on top of the scrying orb.
Got it. Gorgon screams.
That's better.
So you see the red gem just start beaming with light and energy as you see the Lich staring back into Gamry's eyes as the two Lich's hands begin to grab out from the inside of the mirror and grab the edge and start to pull him out.
Oh, that is not okay.
Brindle.
Oh shit! I should have used my harpoon. What am I
Can
thinking?
I do a
I already gave you one, Rex.
spellcraft to determine like if this is like on like the ritual, like what the effect sort of is? Because it's magic, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I want to ascertain how effective the dispel magic I'm about to cast on this thing is.
You don't think that your dispel magic would be powerful enough
Okay.
to stop this?
Okay. Roger that. I will cast Extend Aqueous Orb. I will overclock it as a swift action. Oh, it's a good thing I used that spell.
Oh, do you have the? Please tell me you have the cards.
I do not have the cards.
Well, there's a table, anyways. That's the first time. The last time I failed on one of those was when Gamry died.
Oh, I mean, you want? I think I have them in my adventure. If you want to pop in over there.
I mean, there's a table here. I'm just gonna roll a D percentage, I think.
Fair enough.
$85 is the next spell targeting the caster is turned back as spell turning. Wow.
Oh no!
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. I mean,
That
it's
is
not
awesome.
Aqueous Orb, but it's pretty great effect.
I thought bad things were supposed to happen.
No, well, good things can happen.
So
Wow.
Thrindo's
Magic
kind of
Or
like
rare.
It's
holds
wild
his hand
magic,
out
right?
to start summoning his orb like he normally does, but the energy doesn't seem to draw from his hand for some reason.
It just like goes into Thrindo, and I'm like, oh, I meant to do that.
Edward.
All right, so Edward will move first of all.
Are you going to choose Jerry?
Probably. So 1,
Jerry,
2,
I choose you.
4, 5, 6. That's a little bit too far for me to act now. I'd have to double move. Except I don't know what's the range on summoning Jerry. Oops. I want to select the ruler here. What's the range on summoning Jerry? Can I do this?
Are you new to this
See,
character?
Jamal, it's not just you.
Oh, god damn it.
People say their characters all the time. Don't even
I
know
believe
who
it's
do
within
this.
30 feet, though, isn't it?
All
Usually
right.
with summoning, but Jerry, his skeleton is like, it's kind of different.
Yeah. I mean,
I know. Well, some monster is close range, so
no, it's cool. I'll double move to Cassie and hand her equipment. Maybe, I don't know.
Wait,
Let's pretend.
did you
Cassie's
take her
like-
equipment?
I don't know. Maybe it would make
No.
sense.
Nobody said that.
I took the 2 coins
Yeah, that's all that I thought was taken was
Yeah.
the 2 coins.
and the books, like Leslie's journal and his grandpa's
Oh.
journal. Was
Never
the
mind
only
then.
thing I took with him.
Nah, yeah. it
Both
didn't
of these
happen.
characters are completely unresponsive. They're laying in
I took
pools
their
of black
money.
blood.
When you get
No,
up
you
to
didn't.
Cassie, you see her kind of like laying on her hand.
Okay, well, damn it. It's my turn then.
Jamal.
You're never gonna have a nigga picking cotton again.
Yo, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Don't worry, guys.
Check your
Eventually,
privilege,
it will
dude.
get old.
It is old. I should stop.
It's hilarious still.
That's pretty old. I mean, the boats one was super clever. Having a nigga picking cotton is not.
It's really lowbrow tonight. I gotta. Okay. Jamal will charge the Gamry. Oh shit! I had my formulas already worked out. Let me just get them. So it's plus.
I heard that too.
16. Plus 16 on his attack roll because it has charge. So it's a critical, threat and critical. I'm gonna roll again to see if it's a crit. If 35 is a hit, or if 28's a hit, then it's critical.
That would be a critical.
All right. Oh man, if only I had a good one-liner.
Yeah, it just doesn't say the range on my skeleton ability.
Okay,
Great.
so
God,
I'm assuming he is a magic user. I'm charging. I'm the only one that's threatening him. It's my first attack, and I'm raging. So that's a total of 13, 15, 16, plus 18 damage. times
Gamry
2.
is not a magic user.
Yeah, he's not magic. So it's
Okay,
16
that's
then.
minus 3.
Or
not.
15 then.
Or no, minus 2. So plus 16, and then doubled for critical.
This
Slash
fucking
Are you
guy.
serious?
2d6 plus 16. So double this number. So 50 damage.
You're an insane person.
I'm in
First of
max,
all.
bitch.
I'm gonna
I can
break
show-
you like me and my
I'll-
family break
I'll
bread.
show you the math. It's gonna sound like cheating, but that's the math.
No, I know barbarians steal
Just
a
do the
fuck
roll,
ton.
douche.
Yeah,
It's 50,
You should,
50
dude.
damage.
If you were actually min-maxing, you would have gone orc barbarian.
I was gonna
Their
say,
abilities
aren't
so
orcs
solid.
normally?
Well, but he has
Temper
that
evasion.
orc thing where he stays conscious.
Oh, the diehard ability.
Raging
Did
vitality.
he just
but
one
it's
hit him?
50 damage.
he was pretty close. Gorgon. You see Jamal run up and just kind of cleave into Gamry's collarbone area with his greatsword.
You also
Gorgon's
see the
gonna help.
reflection of the Lich start recoiling.
Gorgon runs up and stabs Gamry. So that's actually 23 because I'm charging.
That's a hit.
Okay. So that's 8 damage. 8 and 17 is 25 damage. And he has to roll a fortitude save unless he's immune to poison. DC 15.
The amount of damage you did was enough to drop him down to 0, and you see Gamry's body kind of just fall lifeless to the ground. He wasn't making any noises or anything while you guys were stabbing into him. And as he drops to the ground, the Lich continues pulling itself further outside of the mirror and says, "I don't need my body anymore." And is now like shoulders, arms, and head out of the mirror. Dwindle. You also hear a loud train horn coming again.
That's good. Trindle will cast. I don't know what I will cast. I guess Aqua's Orb. Spellcraft to overclock as a swift action. Success. So I cast Aqua's Orb and that dude's face.
But you could pull him out, Thrindle.
Think so?
I mean,
Yeah.
Thrindle's not
Can
really
I push
saying
it
out loud.
Can't
I'm
I
gonna
push?
cast Aqua's Orb.
Oh, I'm gonna
on this
push.
thing.
Okay, I'll push the Aqueous Orb through the mirror. How about that? How's that sound?
Luke, you do realize they can't see anything I'm saying to you, but they can read what you're saying to me, right?
Yeah, but while I'm trying to like have combat with them, I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, /GM whisper Carl. So just message me on Skype so I can just type and send
Yeah,
it.
you guys should do this
I don't need to
on.
worry about fucking
on
saying
Skype, yeah.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, can I try to do that? Can I try to push it back through the mirror or the gem?
You can. You're not sure how your orb's going to react with the gem. Like, you guys don't know if the front of that gem is still, like, solid or if it's kind of turned to a portal. Like, no one's interacted with the gem yet.
Okay, I'll have it wait
I-
outside, I
listen.
guess.
I can disable the gem.
I think it's gonna explode if you do that, though.
I
I
think
think
not.
if we fuck with this, it's just gonna go.
Listen,
and we're all gonna
Trindle.
die.
I am a master of quenching
Trindle
magic.
backs away.
Okay, so I
after
gotta
he
let
casts his Aqueous Orb.
I gotta let you GMs read this. I have a Spell Sunder ability, and you have to tell me if you think it would affect the magic here. Benefit: once per rage, the barbarian can attempt to sunder an ongoing spell effect by succeeding a combat maneuver check. For any effect other than on a creature, the barbarian must make blah blah blah. God, I'm such a bad reader. Here, let's just get Drew to I don't know.
I'm taking a look. Hold on. To sunder effect on a creature, the barbarian must succeed at a normal sunder combat maneuver against a creature's CMD plus 5,
So
ignoring
just-
any mischance caused by a spell or spell-like ability. If successful, the barbarian suppresses the effect for 1 round, or for 2 rounds for every if she exceeds the CMD by 5.
I mean, I wanted to dispel it, and they said no. So,
It's up to the GMs.
well, I mean, yeah. I'm just
I mean, I
saying.
said you
I
didn't think it
just-
would work. I didn't say you couldn't try it.
Right. That's true, but the effectiveness of this would also be questionable.
Unless I roll
doesn't
really
know.
high.
Maybe.
And it basically, if I can attempt to sunder it by whacking it with my sword, I guess. And if I'm semi-successful, it will suppress it a few rounds. If I'm really successful, it'll disable it, I guess, or dispel it, which would be the same as Thrindle. I don't know, but a different method.
Take your turn.
Like I said,
Okay, I'm rolling. Jamal winds up. His sword glows, and he chants a bunch of words in his Kwanzaa language.
Seriously?
Sorry.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I think it's
Russell,
How many
you know
clicks
any
does
black
he make?
people?
Oh my
Luke,
goodness.
I think it's actually Kwanzaa right now.
His Kwanzaa language.
I gotta find my scene. Okay. Base attack plus strength is 11, and plus 6. I'm gonna use sudden or strength surge as a swift action to add my barbarian level, because I didn't do it before. So that's plus 17 to check. And I rolled a 19. That's a 36 to dispel it. So if I was dispelling Thrindel's aqueous orb, I would need a 19. Because it would be 15 plus.
Now, this is a little bit different. So this is up to Luke
First
and
of
Carl
all,
on
what
whether
are you hitting? Are you hitting the lich that's already semi-out, or are you hitting the gem?
The portal, the spell effect, I guess, would be what I was hitting.
So the gem.
The gem, yeah. So it's like 15 plus caster level, basically, is the amount I have to exceed. If I exceed it by 5 to 9, suppresses it. If I exceed it by 10 or more, it's dispelled, I guess. Kind of a backwards ass thing to have to think about, but
All right. So, how does this work? Does your sword still do damage
no.
to the gem?
No, it doesn't do physical damage. It like magically attempts to dispel it.
Okay, so as you
So I guess it's kind of like what level of spell is the portal? I guess would be kind of the technical way to think about it.
right, so as you kind of swing your sword down onto the portal, you see like kind of like a bright white light shoot up the gem as a big crack goes through it, and then you hear a large like bang and feel a big rumble come from above you guys.
Oh shit! Booyah!
Booyah!
I sundered that bitch good.
The lich gets sucked back in as the gem turns color, and it changes to like a black solid hue. It's no longer reflective.
Damn.
It's just like me.
Are you gonna praise me or what? I defeated the lich with a single strike. Y'all being real quiet.
Does
I was on
so
mute
the
this whole time. Gorgon says, well done, Jamal. Your skills are quite extraordinary. He looks down at Gamry. Is Gamry bleeding out? Like, the lich is gone, right?
You fucked Gamry up.
He's dead.
You guys just shanked him to death.
My
When's the
attack-
TPK,
it was your
guys?
stab
When's the
that
TPK?
fucking killed him.
My attack should have only done 46. I cheated with doubling. No,
Gorgon still killed him though.
okay.
No regrets.
Shanked the fuck out of him.
So you guys,
No.
you heard a shake overhead, and things have fallen silent in the cave. In the cages, you see Rosemary, Leslie, and Cassie.
We inspect them. Are they alive?
Heal check.
One thing that Edward will do is try to take the orb away.
You're looking at them one at a time. Who are you going to heal check first?
Grabbing this orb.
Hello?
Hey, you were
Yep.
muted. So who are you going to heal check first?
No, actually, I've got a loose connection on my computer. Yeah, I'll heal check. Let's start with Cassie.
So, you go over and you look at Cassie, and all of her clothes, her nice like white or light colored dress, is completely red with blood. There's a large pool of blood all around her, and it's black and thick. She looks really, really pale, and she is breathing, but it's a very shallow breath. She's also... Her eyes are both black and swollen, and it doesn't look like she'd be able to open them. And also, she seems to be all fetal around her one hand. Like, her body is completely curled around it.
Gorgon takes a look at what's in her hand. Gorgon says, "Cats, she's alive, but I think she's got contracted hepatitis B."
Her hand is missing her pinky and ring finger.
Like someone cut her finger off?
Yeah, someone cut 2 fingers off.
Knowledge Arcana. Why would someone do that?
Knowledge,
probably
common
just
sense
torture.
roll. She was being tortured.
Knowledge, common sense. Yeah.
What?
She was being tortured.
Okay. Oh, so it wasn't for ritual or anything.
Yeah, no, it didn't have any
Oh,
ritualistic.
Where's Anna?
Gorgage bandages her up to the best of his ability.
That's a nice boy. Will you move over to Rosemary or Les next?
Definitely Rosemary.
Okay.
Les is a winged hermaphrodite. Gorgon's
cool.
not as familiar with his genetic structure.
Rosemary, she doesn't look as worse for the wear compared to the other two.
She wasn't tortured?
She doesn't appear to have been tortured.
Oh, thank God.
Is she conscious? Breathing?
No, she is unconscious. Maybe she was
She was
knocked
still
out or
raped, though.
something. Jeez, come on.
She what?
No.
She was raped?
No.
Again?
No.
Not
Time
again.
for another rape, baby.
Jamal's here.
happening.
All right, listen, it's no, nothing gratuitous like that. She's just,
After how many
she's
of those
KO'd.
babies is it her fault?
Never.
There's some less risque clothes at some point.
All right, guys, this is like dark times 100.
Oh, come on. You're allowed Russell to play Jamal, but I gave one off the collar
we
show.
didn't choose Jamal.
Okay, let him.
It wasn't actually the joke. It was what it degraded into. So yeah, she seems okay. She's just knocked out. She could probably be smelling salted awake or whatever.
Let's not.
Gorgon eagerly pulls out his smelling salt.
Wait, Gorgon, don't do that.
Sure.
Do you want to carry her out or do you want her to walk out? What's more efficient?
I'll carry her. I don't want her to see
Carry
that.
Cassie. You want to get in her clothes anyways. Now's your best chance.
Not as bad. I just don't like if it's. She's been kidnapped by cultists a lot, and I figure maybe it's better if like she doesn't see too much of it. I don't know.
Before
Okay.
he wakes them up, Gorgon does say to Edward, it's like, well, now would be your chance if you ever wanted to mate with Cassie. Easy target.
What?
That ain't
In
fair
Hobgoblin
whatsoever.
culture, it is perfectly acceptable.
It is not
It's good.
acceptable.
God damn it, dude.
Well, it's good to know how you feel about these characters. Like Cassie's maimed and barely alive. So are you waking up Rosemary?
I mean, I guess she already knows she's been kidnapped by cultists. We might as well wake her up.
Gorgon will smelling salt Rosemary awake, just so we don't have to carry her out.
You're also assuming cultists. You have no evidence to believe that this has anything to do with the hold.
I mean, they may not be the same cultists, but they're still kind of like we're doing an evil demonic ritual, so like it's close enough to. They're cultists, even.
It's
they may
close.
not be
I guess
the
it's
whole-
close enough for Edward. I take it
they're-
back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So when you wake her up, her eyes go wide when she sees you, and she just presses to the cage, and she's staring down at Leslie and Cassie. Like she just has a look of grave concern.
Okay, I'm back.
Yo.
Gorgon says, "Don't worry, she's alive. They're both alive.
How do you don't even know if Les is alive?
Yeah.
I've assumed that he's alive. It.
So are you gonna check Les?
No, I'm just gonna leave him here.
Let's move away from Gorgon's turn. Would Benzel, Edward, or Russell like to act?
Jamal.
So it seems like the ritual has ended, right?
Yes.
Yes.
At the end, there was a rumbling overhead.
Which
And the-
indicates
and
that the
the
train
also-
crashed or something?
It doesn't. You don't know what it indicates. All you know is that you heard the train approaching because of horns. Jamal sundered the gem, which a white light shot up. The gem changed color to a black with no more reflection in it. The leash sucked back in. You heard a rumble right after Lich. And then,
How about this? Do I still hear the train?
No, you don't hear anything. It's quiet.
Oh.
When you guys checked on Cassie, she was barely alive. She's missing fingers. She's had 2 fingers cut off. Rosemary seems fine. You guys don't know anything about Les yet.
I would bring the orb to Thurindle if he wants to look at it or try to defuse it or something. Edward's treating it like it's a bomb or something.
Fool of a took! Don't touch that!
What?
So,
What are you
like old
talking
Bombadil.
about?
Lord of the Rings reference.
Is it
I
too-
know, but Edward doesn't get it.
Okay,
Because the Lord of the Rings doesn't exist in this universe.
Actually, Gorgon wrote it, and it's amazing.
Oh, you wrote Lord of the Rings? Okay.
See, I don't have to actually invent or come up with anything creative. I just have to rip off what's already in existence.
That's such a
Anyways,
great writer, Gorgon.
so what is this thing? Arcana 30.
It was the scrying orb.
Seriously?
BRB.
Yeah.
Wow. Thurindle casts shrink item on it and puts it in his pocket.
All
There you go.
It's very heat score. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. Based on the injuries you've seen so far from Cassie, if Gorgon had not bandaged her up, she would be dead.
Wow.
Would anyone like to check on Leslie?
You're
No.
pushing this too hard.
No. I mean, Edward
Yeah,
would.
I
check
think I
on
might just
Leslie.
have him die.
I check on Leslie.
I don't think I'm pushing it too hard. I think the party is fucked. Like, that's insane.
It's just there's a lot of things going on.
No, there's not. All right, so Leslie is Do you want to do a heal check?
Okay. I mean, this is... The thing is, none of us are really healers, so... Yeah, I got a 12.
I got a 12 as well.
Back.
Leslie's eyes are swollen shut. He appears to be missing his teeth, and one of his eyes you can see. It seems like it's been cut out. I couldn't really find
Okay.
I couldn't really find any pictures, but
Richard Harrow.
half of his face is completely disfigured.
Wow.
You know, there's a really bad drawback for an alchemist for having one eye.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. The drawback that I have is -2 to perception.
That actually also affects your range combat.
Well, it's gonna be just for perception rolls. We're gonna do some homebrew entry stuff.
I mean, he's the DM.
So, Thurindle bandages up Leslie's face.
Holy shit. I mean, you know, if you did describe to us the clearly obvious fact that his face was fucked, maybe we would have rushed a bit sooner, but...
Nope.
Well, I
Gorgon knew.
I described how damaged
Yeah, no,
they both were.
it's cool.
That you saw from a distance.
It's
but-
cool, it's cool, it's cool.
So, what do you guys do now?
Well, there is a hospital. We should probably bring them there,
Wasn't that
right?
a train full of people?
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
The train that was supposed to be leaving in the morning was going to be full of people.
Not
Oh,
that
okay.
one.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm gonna
good point,
go up
Luke.
and take a look at the train after we. Oh, and help Rosemary first. I forgot about her. Do we help Rosemary?
Rosemary's good. She wasn't tortured. She just needed
Are you
What do you
going
call
to? She need to be smelling salted.
yeah, she just needed to be smelling salted.
Are you guys going to split up, or are you guys just going to travel out together and take Les and Cass with you?
Is there more to explore?
So far on your way down here, it just looked like a fairly mundane cave up until this point.
Gorgon will just take a quick look around.
And it dead ends here, it seems.
Yeah, it dead ends here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think
So throughout the cave, you found like all of Malleus's belongings, and you think maybe if you chip down this ruby, you could take it back and sell it to people.
Oh, really?
Sell it to like jewelers and whatnot.
Let's do that.
What are you doing? Sorry?
Trindle
They're-
begins smashing the gem. Or
Yeah, they're-
just...
Okay, you smash it up.
I'm going to attempt to get our friends ready to be maybe transported to the hospital. I get them off the cages at least.
All right, are you gonna wake them up?
No, not yet. I assume I don't know how to do this. I just assume that they're unconscious.
Who seems the less injured? Least
I'll take
injured.
I'll take Leslie
They
out
both
of the cage.
seem they both seem almost equally injured.
Yeah, I'll pick Leslie out.
So
Okay,
they didn't stop torturing Leslie once he gave us up? They just
No.
kept torturing him?
Yes, they
Wow.
they tortured Leslie and Cassie to the inch of life.
Just for fun. Because torture is fun. Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
So you guys are
Okay,
taking
well,
them
so-
back to the, like after you clean up the ruby and whatnot, you're going to be bringing Cassie and Les to the hospital.
No, we're gonna bring him to Anna.
Oh, I guess we could do that.
Okay, so Edward's gonna be kind of carrying Leslie, I guess. Who's gonna grab Cassie?
Jamal's probably got the strongest strength.
Oh, don't look at me. I ain't carrying no unconscious white girl.
Why don't you carry?
Gorgon's got it. Gorgon's got a heavy load belt.
Yeah, the guards stop you. Hello, excuse me, sir. Who's
Gorgon
that? on
drapes
your back?
Cassie around his shoulders like a scarf.
Like a scarf.
Like a nice mink.
Yeah, like a shawl.
As you guys
Sure.
are leaving the cave, you feel a cold wind, and you hear a whipping sound towards the mouth of the cave. So when you go outside, you notice that it's snowing.
Uh-oh.
It seems
It's not. It's actually not that weird. We're entering into winter, but this is the first snowfall of the season. So it
I
doesn't
think
appear
we just
like something
established
crazy
it
is
was
happening.
spring.
Oh well, I thought we established it was winter.
No, they went for the but let's just it could be an early. You know how like it snows in spring sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
Or it
it's
could just be
summer
wild magic
snow.
effect.
well, it's snowing. Maybe it's weird. Maybe it's not. No, I don't know anymore.
Is the sun up?
Seasons. It's complicated.
Magnets. How do they work?
It's
So-
a miracle.
Do you have that music, Lou?
Like
You put on some.
Are you referring to the music that's playing?
Oh shit!
Or are you just like super bad at your job?
I might be just bad at my job. You guys can hear
Okay.
music?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
so basically, as you guys are carrying them into town, you can sort of hear like slight moans from Cassie and Leslie, and as you're walking down the tracks, you start noticing something. I'm gonna ask for a perception check, see how much detail I give you, just from everyone.
11.
20.
I like the dice sounds. I think that's pretty cool. All right, well, there's a 20 there. So, you guys notice as you're walking, right? Like you're facing the forest. There's a snow falling, the sun's coming up, and as you walk down the tracks towards the city, as you pass trees and you look over your shoulder at foliage behind you, you see stone.
Like
So
the
basically,
foliage is stone.
yeah. So as you're
Oh.
like at first you just notice leaves are hanging lower than they should be, and as you walk past them, where it was green, as you were walking towards it, when you get beyond it and look back, it's stone. The backsides of trees are made of stone.
Are we in a populated area?
You're walking up the track, so it's not a populated area. It's foliage and forest. It's where the tracks were laid. But as you get further down the track, you see.
I would like to cast detect magic, actually. And see it like. I'd like to investigate this a little.
You do not detect magic.
I think we may be in the upside down.
As you continue moving down the track, you see the train. It's made of stone.
Wait, it's a bummer I'm not another character because I would remember this, but I've never seen anything like this before.
As you continue walking up the track, you reach
Can we inspect the train though? Like if
Sure.
we see it fully made out of stone.
Yeah.
So like, is every detail now turned to stone, or is it just like?
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire train is turned to stone.
Knowledge of the play.
So
Can any-
before I will tell you this before we get into the knowledges. As you were walking up the track, everything was green in front of you, and then as you would get beyond it and look back at it, it was stone. But now that you're standing next to the train, everything is stone in every direction, as far as you can see. This does look reminiscent of something you've seen before.
Not Edward.
No, not Edward. Not Jamal.
I've completely.
We will-
I forgot.
Also,
drawn a
what-
blank on that.
I forgot.
One more detail is
Drew,
that
is it your character?
Yeah. One more detail is that the second smokestack that had the stone inside of it, some of the metal is blown open, like there was an explosion or a burst outwards.
A Medusa bomb.
Oh, that sounds cool, Jamal. We should call
I
Demon
still
Medusa.
It was
remember.
the magic. You guys stumbled upon a petrified
Black
town
Halo.
near the
Oh, yeah,
source
okay.
of the Black Halo.
I
You can
remember
see that in the second smokestack that was blown open. There's like the bottom chunk of what looks like one of the obelisks in Black Halo.
So is there like all kinds of people around here all turned to stone?
The people in the train are all stone.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
As you continue,
Trundle cast dispel magic.
do you need to roll to do that?
Yeah, I sure
And
do.
you have to target
Maybe
a
look up
specific
dispel
thing.
magic first.
One object, creature, or spell that is the target of dispel magic spell.
Because on the Black Halo, it didn't hit everywhere. It was a localized kind of blast.
Right, it hit like it started.
Yeah.
What happened here? You guys, like as you keep walking, you'll see that it's
Let's-
spread out through the central district.
No, it's supposed to do it bit by bit. You don't need to say that.
Well, you have it up your head.
Holy shit! What?
So as you guys continue walking into town, you see the edge of Tor. You see the walls of Tor, and you can see, like, as you get closer, the guards that were standing on the top of the walls, they're all stone. You continue walking up through the tracks towards the railway, and everything is made of stone. Every person is made of stone.
All of the capital of Tor?
Are you guys on the map page?
So, what is this identical to the one in my campaign? Then it was everything organic was turned into stone, kind of thing, like leaves, trees.
Yeah, everything that is organic is turned to stone in a outward facing blast. It's from
And
a
it's not
central
all
point.
of Tor, it's just the central district.
Yeah, so I've drawn what was actually
I see.
turned to stone. So if you guys continued walking and you got towards the edge of the blast, you would see some people standing there screaming and crying. You'd see it partially.
Is there anyone like half in the blast and half out of the blast?
There, you do see some,
Oh,
you do
God.
see some people that they were partially shielded. Perhaps maybe they their homing is underground, and they were coming out, and they tried to dive back down. And
What about
much
people
of their body
behind-
is made of stone, and
People behind walls.
they are dying. People behind walls are all turned to stone. The only people who seem to survive is those that were underground.
This
Okay.
is damn right awful. How do we fix this?
When we were investigating the train, like I did roll a knowledge arcana. Can I also do a knowledge architecture and engineering? Like, what caused the explosion? Like, was the explosion magical in nature, chemical in nature? Like, what?
You think it was connected to the ritual and the obelisk, and the ritual being interrupted when the obelisk was not in sync.
Oh, I thought we were quick enough to stop it, but guess not.
Gorgon says this is very unfortunate. Luckily, humans reproduce quickly, and the population will restore itself in a short amount of time. I think the lesser evil of not having this lich around might be a net gain for good.
Morgan, this is a damn shame. We lost a lot of good folks here today.
Have we
Turnbull's going to
lost-
attempt to dispel magic. Just
What time did this happen?
Look at someone's watch that's like...
You don't really know when it happened. All you know is you heard a train coming and you heard a
But was
rumble.
it? Yeah, but
Gorgon would pull
was
out
it
his-
approximately daytime, nighttime,
Sun
it
was
was
coming
like
up.
3 in the-
Sunrise.
report.
sunrise? Okay.
Sunrise. So there's a lot of people like petrified in their beds.
Yeah, lots of workers probably.
Thundo, I may be able to quench this magic.
Also, Anna's dead.
Whoa. Really?
No, just kidding. The hotel is up by Parody Lake.
There we go.
I quite like Anna. She's been
might
kind.
be possible to undo these things in time. Perhaps I remove curse.
If I were to rest, I may be able to sunder the spell effect.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's a lot of people. I don't know what to do. I know how to remove. Actually, you know what? Edward has remove curse. Can I try it on a random person?
Sure.
Throw me a remove curse.
Okay, I do it.
So to dispel it would be the DC would be 11 plus the spell's caster level, so the minimum caster level of the spell. I imagine this is a pretty high level spell effect, so.
Yeah, I'm just using my lich sheet. Guys are
I was a
fucking
knowledge
lucky.
local to know the population of the area. I don't think Gorgon cares.
You think
You
there was
think it
more
was
than
minus
10?
6?
Okay, so let me roll it. 1d20 plus 6.
Gorgon should go change the entrance sign.
Unfortunately, it does nothing. You hold out your hands and you push the magic from them, but it does nothing.
Oh.
Damn.
That
Right.
accent was brought to you by shitty accents.
This is unheard of. I've
Maybe
never
I did it
imagined-
wrong. I want to do it again. I didn't roll high enough.
Perhaps we should leave before we get blamed for this.
Yeah. As
I'm
you guys
trying
are.
one. Ah, son of a bitch!
So you go to try and do the magic, and do you kind of as the magic starts leaving your hands, I want you to roll me a D100. Benzel, can you link me that table?
He's gonna turn
Oh.
to stone.
Yeah, wild magic.
No, it's here.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't overclocking, but 78.
Oh, is it only when you overclock, not when you roll nat 1?
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
I thought we did that on that one.
I mean, you could.
Well, I don't understand what's going on.
It's a
really.
caster level
He-
check for remove curse.
He nat one on the spell.
Well,
I mean, you could, whatever.
It's up to you guys, I guess, but I would say probably
Well,
not.
No, see, I just thought that's when we were doing them. But if that's not when we were doing them, then I won't do it.
So
okay.
as you guys are
Alright,
moving up the tracks, you see like the odd people running through the streets, and everyone is screaming and crying, and there are some half petrified people hanging out of like hanging out of this way and that, and they're crying. It's basically much like a disaster zone, like a natural disaster just hit. People aren't really even paying attention to you because they're too like consumed with their own
I got 2 more remove curse today,
Hey.
so
Listen up, folks.
I want to burn
Alright,
them
hold
and try
on.
to save people.
Listen.
Yeah, let
Listen,
Edward bang
Jamal.
out these 2 remove
Inquisitors
curses.
will be on their way. When things like this happen,
Oh,
Inquisitors
23
come.
and not 20.
Okay, hold on. So the 23 and the nat 20, with your 23, you kind of start to remove a little bit of stone from one of the people, and then the nat 20, you just kind of blast the stone off of the person in the little small crowd beside them. But as you're doing that, Jamal interrupts you with his worries.
Listen, events like this don't come about.
But wait,
very
is the
often.
person okay?
They kind of fall to the ground unconscious.
Okay, I'm gonna try to heal them, but you can go to Jamal now.
We ain't gonna save the whole city with a few spells. We need to look out for ourselves. This is an atrocity of epic proportions, and there will be inquisitors from far and wide coming to investigate. And I know that you folks don't want to be found by them.
I suggest we leave as well.
18 heal check.
This person appears to be dead.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Asphyxiated.
Gosh.
You're starting to see guards.
I don't know
people
if
on
this will
horses.
change
You're
your
starting to see organized.
change your opinion, but generally
DM's
it's like.
talking. You start to see.
Sorry, Luke. Were you saying something? Carl said a GM was talking.
Yeah, you start to see like.
Luke, can you talk?
You start to see like organized people coming through, like groups of they're looking for survivors. There's now guards with horses. People are starting to run through. They're checking on the people that were half petrified, and those people are dying one by one. So, slowly but surely, people are going to start noticing you. It does look as if that you are just carrying 2 survivors. You don't actually look that out of place.
So I mean, you're a bunch of unpetrified people in a petrified area.
Yeah, but there are unpetrified people here now because people are flooding in looking for survivors and stuff, right? Those that are brave enough to do so.
Let's make our way out of this area.
Yeah, let's go back to. Let's gather Anna, and we're heading out to Tor.
Yeah, now that I know that I can't save these people really with just remove curse.
I don't know if this
I
changes
think
your
that they're
opinion at all,
dead.
Luke, but generally in petrification, like time doesn't pass. But that's a generic one. Like if you want to modify it, go for it.
Jamal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're. Well, the 2 that Edward have dropped out are dead.
Jamal makes a strength check to break off someone's arm and put it in his backpack. There's a reason.
Shoot.
We need to
What kind of
sample
person are you looking for?
someone that
Man, woman,
like
what
an
race?
animal.
Someone who looks
like
really
like a
innocent.
horse, like a horse's leg.
Oh, okay. So you walk up to a horse that's got like a city guard on it, and you just kind of break its leg off.
Break its tail off. That's less mean.
You already said leg. You rip its leg off.
I'm good. I'm good.
He just said
I'm
it.
chaotic good.
All right, so you walk up and you kind of rip its tail off,
Now,
exposing its asshole to everyone for the rest of its life,
For the rest of time.
and stick it into your backpack.
Jamal says, Drindle, I have a sample of the petrified substance. Perhaps we can unravel this mystery later.
We will try.
That's so
So
horrible.
as you guys are leaving the scene, you notice that a lot more guards are starting to show up.
They're
Smells of
they're
magical
talking to
calamity.
survivors.
They're going to
Let's
want to
get out of here.
Starting to
God,
interview.
and magic. It's so horrible.
Where are you guys going now?
They're gonna
I'm
be setting
old
up
and hotel to have Anna heal her party members. I think that's the thing to do.
You guys are about here where I'm drawing the circle. You can tell us which way you're gonna leave by drawing your
go to
path.
the hotel.
They'll be setting up checkpoints to catch any magic users that would have caused this. Let's take a back alley.
Okay.
Shall
so,
we try ambush alley? I hear that's very safe.
So you guys try to avoid people, and you're able to. There's so much chaos. There's no way that they could catch and speak to every person as they try to leave. So you guys are able to leave, and you return to the hotel. The lady at the front desk looks completely mortified when you enter with these unconscious people over your shoulders. Anna comes out of the foyer, I guess, just for convenience sake. And she goes, I don't know why you saved them. I don't know why I'm here.
You were more delightful the other night.
So,
I don't even know. Do you guys have any cocaine?
what are you guys gonna do? You do know our gear is up in his room, right? So,
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we'll get your
take
gear
them
back
up to
for
the
you.
room.
so we'll go up to the room, and I took the front desk. Oops, sorry. And
What are you doing?
Sorry, bud. I'll put it back. So,
Maybe
I
not
don't have nice
drinking.
maps.
who do you want to heal? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm not the healer.
Well, it's Anna, so she's obviously
anybody
gonna
know how
rub
much-
her bean all over me.
Does anyone? Yeah, that's true. Does anybody know how much?
Let's just
healing
say
she
that
can
you
do?
guys are healed to consciousness, at least.
I would assume that Anna would heal you first, because then you have heals you can use on Sveltna, although, like, Sveltna's her friend, so who fucking knows what she would do. If only
Doesn't
Beard
really
was here.
matter, does it?
It I guess it doesn't, since I guess I can use heals too. But so she heals us to consciousness, and we're still unable to talk at first. Leslie starts fumbling around with his healing, and continues to heal Cassie. Her fingers do not return. And I don't know if you want to say anything, or if she wants to say anything.
No, she's gonna remain quiet.
Leslie drinks healing as well. Because I'm the DM, I'll just say that he does get his teeth back. He does not get his eye back, and his face remains horribly scarred. So the right side of his face is now disfigured.
I believe I've met your wives, Mr. Leslie.
Leslie looks sad. He's just kind of looking. He's looking over your shoulder at a mirror in the corner of the room. And he says,
Gorgon puts his hand on Leslie's shoulder and says, "Your child is both male and female. You'll be happy to know."
He looks up weakly. He doesn't say anything, and he says,
Gorgon says, "They've named it Gorgon after their godfather." And he looks to the others with his like, "Was that joke okay?" joke kind of look.
Les doesn't look like you're bothering him at all. He just kind of looks that he's got nothing. He looks to the party and says, "Did you stop it?"
Sort of.
What?
Could say.
It depends what you mean by it.
We stopped the being from coming
Oh
through,
yeah, the
but
Lich is not gonna be a problem.
caused an explosion that turned many people to stone.
No, just don't go in the financial in the inner district.
I probably should have mentioned, sometimes my spell sunder merely delays a magical effect, rather than fully dispelling it.
I mean, you guys know from the information we gave you that no matter what, if the ritual had started, there was going to be a problem. So, you guys basically had a tough decision. I personally think you made the right one.
You did say it's about to start, and we acted, so we thought we were gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But
I think that once the Lich started pulling himself through and that,
Great, that's kind of
yeah, I
the
guess.
process starting.
Yeah, I guess. No, I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
So, Leslie says, At least you stopped the Eternal. It seems that we have a problem. Michael Ironsides is one of them. We saw him talking through the scrying mirror.
Really?
That's why we were sent here. I originally wanted all of us to come, but he convinced us to go ahead without you.
Ironside.
And there's at least
Dastardly irons.
it's not Ironsides. It's one of those things. It's one of those things inside of him. And there's at least one more in Abbott Shore. I don't know who it is, but I know it's someone powerful. No one is safe.
Wait, what do we mean by one of those things?
Well, referring back to the book, Leslie pulls out, or Leslie looks through his belongings. It says, oh, my great great grandmother's book. Where is
Gorgon
it?
hands him the
And
the
all
book
of your
and
gold.
his- Gorgon hands him his stuff back, and he says, "I held on to it. Once you were captured, I figured I'd keep it for safekeeping."
Thank you, Gorgon.
Gorgon retrieves the coins.
This is so important. Gorgon says, according to
Okay, that's enough.
according to what we know about
No,
these
I'm not done.
There's a couple more. In fact, that was just a copper.
It's canon that we have 4 mithril coins.
I think we only have 2. He says, according to what we know, these things are called Eternals. It's possible that them trying to come into our plane is what caused the shear, but it's not known for sure. They're trying to come here and gain physical bodies so that they could rule this plane. Apparently, there's only been a few of them for a long time, but now that the barrier is gone at the Black Halo Island, many of these spirits have been released. They might be possessed. They could be possessing any rich or powerful person in order to further this plot. Gamry was just a host. It was a possessed spirit inside of him. After he had his body, he was planning to go to Abbott Shore with that obelisk and bring Ironsides' spirit over as well. And that other person. My friend's gone. And really, they could be in anyone now.
Is there a
There's
way to
no way.
remove them from the host?
I don't know. What we have in this book is all I know about them. Just that they're eternal, and now they know everything about us. I told them everything. It's not safe to go back to the house. Oh God, my baby! He says. He looks all terrified for a moment.
Gorgon says, "It's all right. They didn't actually name it Gorgon."
No, you fool! The Eternal that's possessed Ironsides. He'll surely send guards to the house.
Don't worry. That other NPC is there.
I haven't properly introduced myself, but my name's Jamal.
That's true. I have been wondering that.
We bought him at an auction.
Oh God.
Excuse me, I find that reference offensive.
Leslie checks Jamal's teeth. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, Les kind of
How
descends.
much are
in
these
shock.
gems worth? Am I right?
The gems, they just turn into black stones. They're not worth anything.
Aww. And why'd we chip them away?
I don't know.
Luke said they
They
were.
are worth
I
something.
Luke's the
Carl,
real
fuck off.
GM.
Pay attention, shit.
Why would you give them a scrying mirror and other stuff? Isn't that thing worth a fucking fortune?
It's worth a lot, unless it's just the
know.
focus.
Right? Like, is it still active? Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's just a material focus, it's not that much.
Well, it's 1,000, but that's
Yeah,
decent.
Yeah, right.
$140 a head.
The gems are worth something.
Jesus.
Well,
Anywho,
what? You're the one who
Gorgon
thought it was
says,
wintertime, douche.
Yeah. Oh, this guy.
Team players.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
I kind of regret that Beard wasn't here. Like, we had this crazy epic moment, and everyone just kind of laughed about it. I think Beard would have been like, "Holy
What? Laughed about
shit,
what?
guys!
No,
This
I
is
was into it.
crazy."
I was into it.
That's
but
good. I enjoyed it.
I was trying to
Yeah.
RP how scared Jamal was.
I apologize.
So are we going back to Abbott Shore to check on
do it.
Leslie's +4?
Let's do it.
Let's
God,
shadow
Mike,
walk
quick.
out of here.
If you want, I'll be right back, guys.
We
Probably.
I
yeah
have
we
established it's dangerous.
can shadow walk if everyone wants to.
Actually, I should probably listen to that since I'm going
I think
after.
it's
but-
better idea.
For safety, we shadow walk, and we make it pretty close to Abbott Shore. We are going to return to the mansion. Luke, do you want to do this part? Or?
Sure, you guys return to the mansion, and
Here's what I'm thinking. Can we just deliberate before we go to the mansion?
for sure.
Yeah.
If we can get Leslie's biddies, I think we should send them to live with Yang.
Sure.
Same with
Okay.
Rosemary. Send her to. That's where we're sending all of our NPCs. The
All
safe
of our
zone is Yang.
problems.
Mm.
And these beings, they only possess the most powerful and rich people.
And Yang's a total idiot.
Oh no, Yang's one of them.
I mean, ha ha ha.
I will defeat you all. He stumbles off a roof, breaks his
I was-
neck. Ah.
I should have used the fishing line.
Good thing. Good thing Anna's also
Remember
possessed
that
and
time?
she can heal
first
me
level,
again.
idiot?
All right. So, actually, I'll be right back. I really gotta go piss.
Mm.
Yeah, you guys can deliberate.
You can start moving.
That's
whenever
it.
you're ready. I just got
Yeah,
I
just
think
wanna
we
send them that.
deliberated. Thurindle deliberates how much the gems are worth.
Profit is
They're
okay.
worth. I'll let you know because I forgot how much I have to split up.
Okay, that's fine.
You will know by the end of the night.
That's acceptable.
I believe I have $5,000.
Thurindle has a special spell he needs to buy.
So as you get to your front door, you notice, Gorgon, that your net trap is disabled. And the front door, like where the keyhole is, it looks really scratched.
Shit, son, Gorgon says. and he
Thurindle
goes
will
in.
cast Blend. Wait, is this a new day or is this all the same? We haven't rested, have we?
You guys haven't done any sort of resting.
Thurindle casts Invisibility
Ooh, this swag bot.
and
Rindle goes invisibitch.
Starts looking around.
Oh,
The
I didn't
house.
move you guys to the fucking manor. That's why no one's moving their goddamn tokens.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, these
Oh,
guys are like right outside, and they say they're walking up, but they're not walking up.
Yeah, Gorgon rolls a stealth and draws his pistol.
I'll also roll.
He says, Edward, call
generally-
the dog.
Okay. I forgot its name.
Samson.
Samson. You know what? How about I just pretend Samson?
Thurindle goes upstairs.
How
Samson,
loud
you
are
there,
you saying,
boy?
Samson?
Say it under your breath. Gorgon also goes upstairs. He's stealthed.
Ladies.
Oh, stealthing, but all.
I'm staying on the first floor and
stealth would
being
be
noisy.
too.
If there's anything, it can come to me. Samson, come here, boy.
So you don't hear anything, like you don't hear the dog like moving around or anything, but as you walk into this room, kind of over in the corner here, you see the dog laying in a just kind of laying in a little ball
Where?
Luke, no.
in the far corner.
Oh, I get to him. Are
I
you okay,
raise
boy?
him
I
and
touch
keep-
him.
Feels a little cold.
Oh.
I
Oh.
check the pulse.
There isn't one.
Damn it. We're too late.
Or am I?
I'm going to.
Edward raises him and keeps him.
No. I'm going to look in the other rooms, see if. I'm going to clear the first floor, see if there's anybody. So
You search the rest of the first floor, and you don't see any sort of signs of anyone being there.
cool. Okay, I guess it's fair to move on to another person then.
Gorgon and Thrindle, you guys rushed upstairs.
Well, not rush. We're stealthing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. You rushed as fast as half speed will allow you to.
That's pretty fast.
Invisible.
So you guys hit the second floor. You know, the third floor is where the birth happened.
There's not. We do a quick sweep of the second floor, as it's a pretty small floor. Anything?
Clear.
Second floor, there's nothing.
Okay,
We
third
proceed
floor.
to the third.
Do you want like any sort of checks here?
No, there's not really anything for you to look for. When you get to the third floor, you see that the main doors to the bedroom here are kicked in. And then on the inside, you see there's a lot of blood in the room. The doctor who is helping out is laying dead in the corner over here, and Leslie's 3 wives are gone.
Oh,
But there's no bodies here, as well as the kid.
weird.
Gorgon goes down to the basement where he's got his lab. Has it been trashed or touched?
How do you access the basement? Like, do you have it in like a hidden room?
It's basically it's a cellar that we were entering basically from a latch kind of in the corner.
Did you do anything to like disguise the hatch?
Basically, if you don't turn the key, like if you don't use a key for it, it will explode. There's explosive charge on the other side.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the explosive charge has gone off. There's a dead guard outside of the charge. Well, he's dressed in guard's clothing.
We're
You don't
literally
know if he's a
Al
guard.
Qaeda now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The way to get
wonder if
down
the
to the
vendor
basement is
snatch is
open,
still
but there's
hiring.
nothing wrong with any of your alchemical stuff. They didn't scratch your stuff.
Thrindle goes and checks his mirror. Did anyone go in? It's just a regular mirror right now.
No, it's fine.
Anybody go in my mirror?
So like
They got fingerprints on my mirror.
It wouldn't trigger.
So
a combo.
Gorgon clears his safe and takes his poisons from the back garden.
Thrindle. Do you
It
do
would
anything else?
seem that Thrindle has all of his belongings on him at all times. He's a badass.
Gorgon
yeah.
pretty much does. I just had a couple kind of like more roleplay stuff I kept there.
Right.
It would seem that we are wanted people. Thrindle, let's do knowledge local to gather information. Or wait, no, that's diplomacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's. Does anyone have diplomacy? That was Svelte.
I
Svelte
do.
that can
I do.
do it.
I just want to take a look at the guard. Is there any sort of identifying marks, or let's start with his body. Is there any sort of identifying marks that would give away who he serves?
Not terribly. He's dressed up in. Wow, nice timing.
Sorry, I forgot to show that.
He's dressed up in like an Abbot Shore guard, but he doesn't look the type. Like Abbot Shore guards are all like, they all have to be clean shaven type of thing.
Yeah.
This guy's got a full beard going. So you know that he's not a guard.
Gorgon's going to go over his equipment, see if he. Would you want an architecture engineering? Question. What's the one thing called? I have profession weaponsmithing, so could I like try and see what like his make of his equipment or something was?
Anything of value they would take.
The make of his equipment is just like what you would basically pick up in Abbot Shore.
Okay, so
Like it's nothing foreign or anything like that.
And now, like, but his pieces, do they seem like uniform? Like, do you know how like the army like has one make and one look, whereas like a mercenary's equipment would look kind of like piecemeal?
Right. His looks like it's more like piecemeal. Also, this is not the guy that you're seeing on the ground.
No, I figured
This
as
was a
much.
super confusing time to put that up.
Carl.
That's like, remember
why
the
not?
first encounter from 3 weeks ago?
Why not use him?
Here's who it was. Because this dude's holding severed heads.
Well, he's not actually.
Gorgon suggests staying in the poor district.
Turn
Probably
to cast
safe
disguise cell.
Or no,
Oh,
we
I
have
can't
the
do that.
friggin' we have the mirror hideout. We're good.
Wait, so his whole family's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone's
jeez.
gone.
Gorgon consults Leslie and says, "If you want to learn about how hobgoblins parted with their family ties, I suggest now is a good time to learn."
You might have to show me.
Gorgon clears his throat. During the
Not
reign of
this
Victor. Gorgon looks sad.
Edward, is there anything you would like to do at the house?
Apparently not. Well, what about
Something
I don't
didn't
know.
keep much at the house. Most of her stops at her cave,
going to
which is
Yeah.
probably where she's going to be hiding out now.
So does it look like this happened obviously when the doctor was here? So like immediately after we left, more or less.
The doctor.
Well, the
was there
doctor
for
was
the
also
day.
hanging around to kind of look after the baby, because in Gamelonian culture, it's the husband who looks like the male looks after the baby while the women work, right? Isn't that what we discussed? Wasn't that a thing?
That's
No,
what we
I thought the
discussed.
males were pretty much.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
They're always off at war or
I
like.
don't know why I thought
Basically,
having
it was
sex with their
it was a
boss.
complicated pregnancy. The woman bled a lot, right? So the doctor didn't. The doctor was there. We don't know
Just
you
to
any
kind of, like-
explanations.
What happened to young Ruster?
What did happen to young Russer?
there's no more
They
white
all
women
they all
unconscious
survived.
for him.
Let's pull him up.
Oh,
Young Russer went on to be.
I forgot you
retarded.
named this guy Young Russer. He went
Wait,
on
who's
to
that?
act
I don't remember who is that.
That's the
He was
family
on
that you
the
guys say from the
cover.
Bears.
It was the kid who was part of the family that Carl forgot to show you guys.
Wait, I didn't show you guys the family.
Oh, I saw it.
Tokens.
Yeah, I remember
all-
those guys.
everything
I
is
just don't
all
remember where the
Carl's
fuck
fault.
they're from.
The Bears.
From the
We saved them from
Bears.
the cart.
Remember your favorite encounter?
We had another encounter.
Oh yeah, the Bear family.
We had another encounter too, but Luke didn't want to do it.
Oh.
Hey,
Like,
not all encounters are worth it.
It was worth it.
So we level up.
We leveled
Cool.
up.
If we're gonna be leaving, Les asks Feltna if he could please stay with her at the. He doesn't feel at her safe house. He doesn't feel safe in the city.
Yeah, you can say it's felt now.
Thrindle,
follow
Gorgon
a
says
strict
in
internet
Hobgoblin.
pattern now.
May I stay at
He'll
your
do
place
whatever you
tonight?
say.
It looks like ours is compromised.
Absolutely.
Good, we can practice our oboe and flute concerto.
Absolutely.
Les looks through the rags of like what's left over. The house has been rooted through, and a lot of the things have been destroyed. And he finds some old fabric and rips it up, and he wraps it around to hide his face. Now because he draws a lot of attention now, the way his face looks.
I can see it. I used to work with a guy who only had one eye, and he wore an eye patch. That's the fucking only thing I could look at when he was around.
Yeah, and it's also half his face is completely scarred now. So
God, no
Leslie,
work done.
perhaps you would like me to make you one of these, Thrindle says as he takes off his hat and puts it on Leslie, who then looks normal again.
Leslie looks depressed.
I mean,
Oh, sorry, my hat must not be working. It's inside out. There you go. Now you look happy.
but your scars are back.
Sorry. Every happy elven spell comes with a pretty dark side as well. Don't wear my clothes inside out.
Yeah, I
Well-
put on his heavy load belt inside out once and nearly crushed Gorgon's spine.
Leslie
I'm
says. Leslie says, "I have a confession to make."
Okay.
Gorgon
I
holds
know-
his hand and says,
know you
"I'm
gave us
listening, my
that.
child."
No, it's not about me giving you up during the torture. Before we went to the poll, Lord Hastings asked me to bring him back something if I found anything of interest. And I know you didn't want me to do it, but I brought him back mana.
Gorgon backhands Leslie.
Very disappointed, Leslie. Wow,
Just-
Gorgon backhands him?
Whistling.
Wow.
You win against the group, Leslie. That's like a sneak attack. Full just whack.
Leslie doesn't look too phased by it. He just looks really blank. I wouldn't have told you about it, but now I'm concerned with what we know.
Gorgon says, "You've compromised the integrity of this company, Leslie.
He doesn't answer
You said it was for your own scientific study, not to give away. You lied to me."
Man is dangerous.
Well, if you're all through scolding me, he's gonna start walking outside.
Gorgon says, No, you come back here. I have been nothing but honest and forthright with you, Leslie.
I mean, man's lost his family. I don't know
It
if it's.
Gorgon says,
Leave
and
it
I
to Edward to
understand.
have common sense.
Gorgon says, I understand he's emotionally distraught. Your whole race is.
I mean, I guess it was a stupid moment to reveal this, but I mean, what are we gonna do? What if somebody finds him out? I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I thought we had something good, but magic went on and screwed it away again.
I've been living in hiding my entire life. It changes little for me.
I wish I had
Gorgon
a farm.
says, I was engaged in 4 years of guerrilla warfare in the Whitecrest region.
I wish I had just a
I
tiny
literally
farm.
slept in a foxhole.
A tiny farm away from everything, and I could just cultivate some tomatoes. Back then, I thought it was the hard life, but now I look back and I see that was easy. Being hunted, that sucks. Well,
Oh, I have a question. They didn't touch our back garden, did they, Luke?
It's completely burned and the earth has been salted.
no, my tomato!
Someone took a shit on the tomato plant.
No! Ooh, well, that's good fertilizer.
No, not the soil, just
Not
the plant
on the
itself.
tomato.
Just the plant.
Oh, that'll
Just the
wash
tomato.
off.
They injected
And
goop
lit
in
a
it with
firework
needle.
off in the house.
Is there something that you had in the garden?
I did have a dye trap rigged up for when he goes to check on his tomatoes. A little marker dye burst.
All right, so it looks like the garden was untouched.
Gorgon says shucks and takes his marker dye back.
I love your tomatoes.
It was his attempt at an Ebert. Oh, I guess that was Hale that did that style
Yeah,
practical
that was
joke.
Hale.
Would anyone like to spar? I have some level 4 abilities that will... Or level 7, rather. Level 4 spells!
So,
Hopefully they'll
Impress.
involve reflex saves.
Slow the smiles and swings your sword around.
so with the adventure coming to a close, things are a little bit different amongst the party. There's like
feel like
I don't know about, I can't speak for your characters, but things are very different for Les. We've learned a lot of stuff, and I don't know if you guys want any of that regurgitated back, or if you remember, or if you
We'll put it
care.
up in the
What is
forum.
that fucking whistling noise? It's driving me insane.
I'm farting.
I have a bird.
Oh.
Does anybody have any questions about anything that happened, or?
I think I'm pretty good. It's more right now is never the issue. It's going to be when we
I
Take
do
a
want to
week
know
off.
about the scrying, like what that's all about exactly. If it's just the focus, or because like actual magical like crystal balls and stuff like that are ridiculously expensive. So it's probably not that, I imagine.
Well, yeah,
Or-
but then Gorgon threw a net on it.
okay,
It's like you buy a
Well-
Lamborghini and then you take it off the lot and you put a tiny little scratch in it. have fun getting anywhere near your money back for that.
Well,
You'll be lucky if you get $2,000 for
Yeah,
that.
Benzel.
scrying
Trindle
scroll.
can fix magic items, so you better not say that.
Not of that level.
Can we just
Oh
say?
yeah, you can.
Let's just say. Let's
Yeah,
just
like I
say.
don't think you
Wondrous,
understand how it
man.
works.
Guys, let's just say it's the focusing thing, just so we don't throw anything out of balance.
You
for-
try and fix it, and it blows up and petrifies everybody.
Here
Yeah,
we
it's
go
the-
again.
There was my.
I think the
cheap game.
cheapest crystal ball is 42,000. So
Holy shit.
It's a
Say that.
focusing thing.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Damn.
Thrindo, what do we get at this level for the natural progressions? Is it physical?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to ask somebody for a hand leveling up my character.
Do we get mobility?
This
I know
week.
Luke likes to work with
Guards
you.
surround you guys at the front house because the orb was actually a tracer.
A tracking.
And you just fucking led them right to you.
Dummies.
Suck my
Brindle
tit.
says, "See you guys later," and cast invisibility. Fuck you guys.
Gorgon says, just let me grab my smoke bomb, bitches! And then uses eerie disappearance to vanish.
Les uses invisibility.
Cassie was never here at all.
Okay, so I'm going to end the recording, I think.
All right.
All right.